to the straight to the to the to the brain. Straight to the brain. To the brain. Straight to the brain. Straight to the straight to the
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day. Boys, how y'all doing tonight? Welcome back to another stream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day. We got ourselves more 5v5 1v1 duels tonight, this time in the region of NA. Yesterday was EU. Tonight is NA. How y'all doing? Welcome back. We got us as Pedro. We got us as Forsaken Wolf. How you doing, my guy? Astrofight, I think I got your name right. I'm so bad at names, man. Ken Boy, how you doing, my guy? Jakey, my man, Mojo. We got ourselves Optil as well. How y'all doing? Welcome back, welcome back. Hope everybody's having a good one. Yesterday was EU. We had ourselves quite a few matches, quite a bit of variety too. I think it's our first night of Warlock as well. But besides that, we also had rogues. We had a lot of monks. That's becoming like the more popular spec right now is the monk, isn't it? But yo, new class changes coming out of this reset. Not too many when it comes to PvP. So the meta shift isn't really going to happen just yet. Unless they announce something actually like Tuesday or Monday right before it comes out. The rerollers, dude, it's a lot of monks and their like popularity, at least in the high-end arenas, have grown tremendously. I think it's just people figuring out it's a very caster heavy meta. You want to be able to get in there, smoke that range DPS and get the hell out of there. And monk is like the best one for it right now. Every other class, like by the time they get to the caster, they're just getting rained on, but a monk can zoom over there very, very quickly before they can even respond, start hammering in the damage and back out of there as soon as things go bad. So with how easy it is to reroll, especially with the Conquest caps lifted, I would have loved variety, but you know what? That's all we can really hope for. I'm hoping for some big reworks, hopefully by like, what, 10.2, if not 10.17. I don't think they're going to have any more reworks for 10.17. I think those are really probably going to be playing for 10.2 at this point. But yo, let's hop on. Let me get the music back up and running here as well. It's going to be a little loud. I also feel like I need some water. I've been feeling kind of dehydrated. I don't think I even had water today. I think I just had coffee. I've just been gaming. Is this loud for you guys? Hold on. No, it's just loud on my ears. Beautiful. Alrighty, so let me do this real quick. Also, I feel like the light, like this one specifically, is brighter than normal. So let me do this. Let me go grab a bottle of water. I'm gonna tone down the light a little bit because this thing is blinding me at this point. Hi, how you guys doing? And we'll get some groups up and running. Yeah, yo, let me see if I can post it into here. Beautiful. Let me go and let me first hop on, make a group, right? Have you guys start signing up for it? And then I'll go get water and all that other good stuff. Wait, so I had the Conquest to buy it. I've been playing too much Classic and leveling in retail. Hey, that's pretty good. What class are you leveling right now in retail, my guy? That's awesome. Honestly, I mean, you know, Conquest is a big deal, but like you can always work up towards it. Dalaranчик, привет, хорошего настроения и веселого стрима. Большое спасибо, Skindef. Надеюсь, вам понравится. Skindef said, yo, what's up, Dal? Hope you have a good stream. Hope good vibes all around and all that. It's about the best I could translate it, honestly. I'm just gonna go with a rough translation more than anything at the time. Chicago already making a group right now. Let's go, boys. Oh my god. Where's you at, beauty? Well, hold on. That's Dungeons. That's the wrong one. Where you at? Hey, Chicago with a group? Okay, so Chicago's making a group together. I guess I'll make a second one very, very quickly. Chicago already has a 5-man. Yo, what's up? More jocks. You want to join, by the way? I wanted to make sure I get your name right, my guy. How you doing, my man? Welcome, welcome. Hey, groups are listed, boys. Let me also get the a note of where the groups are listed at. Important links go here. Here we go. And I'll alter it a little bit. Hold on. How to join, right? How to... No, I don't have space. Okay. How to participate. Hold on. Maybe I can make some space. How to participate. Here we go. Yo, can somebody in chat write something real quick? Conan, my man, get in here, my guy. First one signing up. Chat, can you guys just spam the chat a little bit? So bottom right, I have this like heart icon, and if I just like, I'm trying to pin the chat, there we go. I'm trying to pin the chat message, but every time I mouse over it, it puts that heart icon where I can like spam emotes and stuff. Like you see this emote spamming, the smiley faces, the fireworks or whatever, the surprise face, the 100%. That's me spamming them right now. Yeah. Like it's literally like whenever I post, I'm like, I want to pin it, but it's literally right there. Shut up! I'm talking here. Let me get some water real quick. Groups are listed. Join up real quick. Let me get water and we'll be good to go. Chicago already has a group ready, so we just need a couple of them. BRB. Okay, we're good. We got water, and we got more jocks joining in. My man, how you doing? My boy Seavark, yo, you guys don't be worried. You know how Seavark is like one of those dudes that's like, now we're starting to ban, or you guys are starting to ban. What the? Does he want to join, Othorn? Oh no, he's just chilling. Maybe he's just trying to say hello to a friend or something. Juice World, maybe? Who knows, honestly. Do you do 5V5s in the EU? Yes, we do. We do them Fridays. Yesterday. We did one yesterday. You guys are welcome to join them Friday, Saturday for NA, Friday for EU. Anybody and everybody's welcome, by the way. Well, Chicago, why are you a Hordy? Are you main, or is this like an alt for you? I can't even tell, because Chicago always has like funny characters in there. I think that is your main, actually. You go Horde? Huh? Why? I would miss you in Janai, but whatever you want to do, my guy. Honestly, found it. There we go. Wait, that's you, Mojo? Is that you as the Morjax? My man. Yo, we're not gonna be able to have Seavark in here tonight. Something happened to him IRL. Basically unable to play, but it's all good. It's all good. So we'll be able to get hopefully my man Night King maybe tonight. Casper, does he want to join by chance? Worgen Druid. Silly, kill me. I asked Casper last time. He was kind of like not really into it. Is War in already? Hold on. Wait. Oh no. Tank, right? Caster Meta, are you in already? Hold on. You in the group already? Let me ask Caster Meta real quick. I think he probably is. Yeah. Hey, Error. Hey, Error. We doing some duels. You in? Unless he's or do Chicago. Okay. So I'm gonna see if Airless is in or not. See if he wants to play tonight. Yeah, I'm down. Toss and wet. Yo, we got Airless in this group. Let's go. So Airless is already in the group. Hold on, let me give him a second. Now. Can't join group. What the? Says you're in the group. Hold on. Says you're in a group. Sad face. Smiley face. Okay, smiley face will work, I guess. I want to do sad face. Look at Blue Dragon. He's just leveling. Casper, does he want to join by chance? Hey, Casper. Casper, we doing some duels tonight. Want in? If you let me know if you wanted to join. Happy face. Conan is in. Destroy Hope. Gandhi. Oh, hey. Hi. Direwolf, does he want to join in? He's in Freehold right now, so maybe I'll ask him another time. Bet. Yo, Casper wants in on my monk though. Dude, wait, my rogue. Airless is really good rogue, but him on a monk, I feel like it's just gonna be like painful. Monks are really, really good. That's why it's painful to the rest of y'all. Hold on. Lower this a little. Oh, yeah. Is this good? Chat, is it good? It's a lot quieter over light. A lot quieter. And it looks pretty good in the background, right? You can't really see too much of green screen or whatever. I think you're good, right? I think. Okay, let me know. Oh, hey, how's it going? Try again. So we might just have two rogues in this team too. It's not letting me. It's not letting me. It's not even letting me. Hold on. So with Airless, we get 4, and we need 1 extra. Aline, oh man, if only you were max level. I got you, don't worry. Yeah, sign up, send them through this. That'll probably be easier. If you sign up like this, we'll be good to go. For no stroll, I mean, sign up through through custom PvE. Do that. That'll be easier, honestly. Hey bro, can you add me so you can write? It's not letting me in. Kimboy, are you NA right now or are you EU? I would like to get you in, but you should be able to find the group over in the LFG Raids Legacy. Otherwise, if you just let me know your character name, we could probably add you as well. Dalaran hashtag 1340. Otherwise, it works. I'm in. Wait, whose group are you in? Wait, whose group are you in? Who's? Oh, it's Casper. Let me know when to that's what it was. Okay, okay. If y'all need one, I'm getting them on Hunter. Okay. We got a spot. Perfect. Casper joined in. Perfect, perfect. So with him, we got ourselves 5, and then with Malachi, we got 6. Minus me, 5. So we're good. Okay, I'm away. Okay, okay. Let me know when. Let me know when. Let me know when, my friend. Alrighty, we actually got groups. Hell yeah. I tried to see if I look up for 5V5 1v1 DUELS, but it's not letting me in. I think it's not letting me. Are you looking for us up on the custom PvP or like Raids Legacy? Because we're just listed in Raids Legacy. All you got to do is Dungeons and Raids, pre-made groups, go into Raids, Legacy Raids, type in number 5 in the search, hit enter, and you should see the group right then and there, my guy. It's today EU or NA. Today is NA. Saturdays are NA, Fridays are EU. If you were here yesterday, Liam, I could get you in easily. But just remember, Friday, good day, EU day. Saturday is like the day after the good day. That's the NA day. I don't even know how you would be able to remember. You were the fans! Hey, my boy! Are you with Chicago, by chance? Oh, this man out here. If he is in Chicago's group, may need to wait. Oh, he's just blowing the man up. Oh my god, Icebox. But how do you escape this? Double death threat on you? AMS available? Man's blasted through the AMS. Hey, hold on. The DK is burning through everything. A second. Hold on. It's just 2 of them. Hold on. It's a 3v1. He's got it stunned. It's very hard. Does not have a lot of healing. I think it might be over, though. Oh, stun him. Hold on. Ah, yeah. The blind at the end. Yeah, there's just 2. What is a blood DK? What is this? 1,000,000 health? Why does this man need 1,000,000 health? Out in Duratar. What are you? You are actually spec for blood with PvP gear on. What is this? Is it just like a intimidation tactic? What is happening here? Got one more ink and we good. Yeah, Chicago. If that was him, man, he may need to be live before we queue. Otherwise, I think we'll be good to go. Hold on, let me make it raid. Get Malachi in here. And then we'll be good to go. Okay, I think we're set with this. Let me ask Chicago really quickly. I'll make a errorless lead here just to make it so much easier for me. Where are you, Chicago? On Real ID. We good? Because I saw you had 4 people, but I don't know if you have like 4 or 5 or what. Do we need no mods for you? Just double checking. Otherwise, we are good to go on my end, my man. Branded tank gamers, dude. Brain dead? Oh, man. Dude, I wish. What if tanks, they changed them so they're just another DPS? Right? What if they changed their playstyles to take away the defensive and just like, hey, you want to play a monk that throws kegs, but you're just as survivable and just as deadly as a Windwalker? I think stuff like that would be really cool. Or maybe like minus the burst, but you have some extra utility, right? Like, they really need to rethink tanks in PvP. They are probably thinking from a perspective of like, oh, is the guy that's going to hold the flag whenever you're playing Capture the Flag. You know, they're the tankiest of the group. But it's just like, some tanks luck out and they're really good for PvP. And others are just like, they can't compete. In comparison, they just can't compete. Automatic. Oh, no. Ah, it's live. Oh, you better leap. You better leap. You better have a leap. You better have a leap. Oh, my man's prepared. My man's ready. I was about to say. Chicago, how we doing, by the way? We got ourselves a 5-man ready to go, or what are we looking like? Because my team is all good to go. I'm seeing Chicago, we're good. But Chicago's in mid-duel, so maybe waiting on that. Hey, Dal, what's up? Like, hey, my man. Man, Brew is so fun. Early season 1, it's actually can do quite a bit of damage even right now. You got a big Tiger Palm. If you get attacked by a physical class and you could dodge and juke, some Tiger Palms are just gonna wreck people, dude. I've seen like 200k crits with those things. I've actually seen a screenshot of a 300k crit as well. Nutty. Hopefully Blizzard will give for a second an upright position like they did for the Oryx. I think that'd be really cool if they have like different like poses for undead as well, because they do have like those guards in Zoldazar, right? They have like more of an upright position. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I think it'd be cool. Like, maybe it's difficult to put together, right? Because Oryx is like, they're not exactly just like pulling them back and that's it, but they have to make a whole new set of certain animations for those like upright Oryx as well. But we'll see, man. They keep it that whole 10-1-7 hidden, so maybe there'll be more stuff that they haven't released to PTR. I'm hoping. We can only hope, right? Blood is OP in PvP. They just don't die unless you stun lock them. Isn't it the best tank right now for PvP like Guardian or like Vengeance still? Like, blood technically can be okay, but it's just like, I don't know. It's hard to like measure tanks against each other in PvP. Chicago, let me know if you are you still getting fought? Okay, hold on, wait, hold on. Vex, Zap, Trinket, hold on. Get yourself, Rogue going over the Shadow Strike opener in Chicago. Got the burrow. Hold on, can you catch up? Can you catch up? Oh no. Next last would be incredible. That's gonna be Kidney, yeah? No. Or is it? Smoke instead? Hold on, Root. He's just building calm points off you. He wants to step to you. You can't really grip him in like that. Hold on, maybe you should have stayed in the totem actually. Not let Rogue get a kidney shot. Hey, how's it going? Erebus, what's up, my man? Hope you have a good one. I'm seeing if Chicago is ready to go. I'm guessing maybe they'll respond after the Rogue duel. Big secret technique, dude. I really do hope that they adjust secret techniques so sub rogues don't need it for burst. It's just so good. Do rogues last go over free? Do rogues go last? Oh, you guys can roll normal. Yeah, for now you guys can roll normal. We'll see. Like if rogues are just like overpowering and super strong, we may make a rule change. Okay. Okay, we ready. Chicago team ready. Queuing up in a sec. Hold on a second, boys. So we got everybody here. Perfect. I'm gonna make errorless lead, you beauty. I want to see what kind of mog you're gonna bring this time. Are we doing something classy or are we doing some funny like last time? You running around with the big old Viking horns and just like sitting in stealth for like 2 seconds at a time was the funniest thing, man. Honestly. And this time we don't have no Trill Voker or nobody to like slam to slam you up and slam you down, my guy. So I think we can probably get ourselves an easy 1v4, 1v5. Nagrand one. Finally got it right. Hell yeah. Although I would love to see Trill in here again. That was actually because we don't see a lot of augmentation evokers. And like I was surprised. It was like, wait, is that Trill Voker? Is that Trill and Soul? Wow. And then seeing him play Evoker, I was like, I gotta see more of this. This is really fun. Like Augie, it just shows you just how strong they are defensively. And just like the setup they could do with that one shot with a breath. Or it's like deep breath of eons, fire breath, knock up into a couple of those, what is it? Couple of those eruptions maybe. It just, the combo is so strong. I kind of love it, honestly. What's more fun as an old Demon Hunter or Paladin? To me, I'd say Paladin because Red is a fantastic spec. They did a really good job with it. Holy Paladin is also just at the top of their game right now. They're getting nerfed a little bit, but I think they're still going to be pretty strong. And Prot Pally is also pretty good too. But Demon Hunter is just like Vengeance and Havoc are kind of easy to get into. So there's definitely like big value proposition there. That's a hard one, man. You could have picked two classes that are easier to like pick from one another. They're both really good, depending on which you like them. All right, switch. Got ourselves Erebus over for the team two, ready to go versus Shadhound, walking next to each other, but don't find one another just yet. Beast Mastery versus Subtlety on that team two. We got ourselves Chicago back on the Orcas this time around. We got ourselves you with the Fed Scope back in as a Sailor. Makima on that green. I like the tabard, by the way. That looks good. Caster Meta. I'm kind of a fan of this set. I am fan of the RP here. That's gonna be coded over on T1 coming back in airless. I'm liking this mog too. More jocks in the back as well as speed joining back in. More Subtlety rogues tonight, boys. Shadhound kind of hovering next to the rogue, does go in for the sap. That's going to be Adaptation Trinket. Can't control the big secret technique out of Erebus. Against rogues, I feel like Adaptation Trinket might be the worst choice. Unless you're a handful of classes. For the longest time, my man Athaman has been able to make it work. Shadhound immediately goes in for Turtle Shell. Flare down, trap scattered all over the place. Even got a big old Basilisk. But Basilisk almost found the rogue for a second. He started running quick. Wait, he actually does run fast. Wait, he can run fast. Why is he always so slow then? Get a shot onto Shadhound. Erebus trying to see if he can get some damage. It's going to be a bestial or aspect of the... What is it called? Bear's Fortitude? Cheap Shot vanish out of Erebus? I don't know where you vanished for that one. Freeze the trap to follow and don't trick it. Trinket does get burned. Wait a second, this man is just doing the opposite of what I think he's gonna expect. Just random vanish, random Trinket, big damage on a Shadhound out of left field. Cloak and Shadows do the best to take him out. Shadhound needs someone right now. Next stun could actually win the game. Vanish to follow. If he stands the trap with the trap, he can get away from the trap while he's rooted. Might actually have a chance. Wait, kill shot to follow. Wait a second, cheat death. I am surprised that the Hunter won this one. I am impressed, in fact. What just happened? Casameta rushing at the guy. Give the man a chance. No, Dragon kick in there immediately. Shannon will not be given a chance whatsoever. I feel like just a lot of things happened there. Maybe a few misplays, but somehow, some way, the Hunter came out on top, and I am impressed that the man kept his head cool and collected like that. Speed gonna be up next over for the Team 1 versus Casameta. Man, the amount of people re-rolling to Windwalker. I feel like Casameta has had a Windwalker for a while, though. This is also LG Sucks, as well as WAP. Yeah, WAP. As he also played Warrior. Big Ink Cap, massive secret technique. I mean, what I'm trying to say is he had a Monk before, but the amount of people re-rolling to Monk now is just like, man, no wonder you're bringing this thing in. They're good. Gotta be Speed trying to see if he can catch up to Casameta. The man can just zoom to the other side of the pillar, can just escape the rogue, and looks like it gave him enough opportunity to catch up just a little bit more health. Trinket out of the cheap shot into a second cheap shot after. Third cheap shot, gouge to follow Speed, just rotating the stunts into a gouge, trying to keep control over Casameta. But as long as he backs away, that's an opportunity for the Monk to actually catch up quite a bit of healing. Lexium, as the rogue rounds the bed, clotheslines him with no Trinket available, has to go for advantage. Fist of Fury still slamming right through him into a big kick around the corner. That's still Casameta, no Speed, not in a great spot. Cheap death to follow. Does he have advantage? He does have a reset. Cheap shot. This is his last chance. Does he get to take it? There's going to be a Spore Cloak. Fist of Fury does get to cancel it out. Cheap shot yet again. There's going to be Bale kick. Karma to follow. That's why the rogue wants to go in for big damage, but the blind just a reset onto Casameta. Does he get a proper reset? The man has no way to escape out of this one. Might just be done and done. Gouge last second at no help whatsoever. Does he find an escape at all? He needs to wait until dampening till DRs are down, but the man does go in, jabs him down, plants the rogue's face in the ground. Nothing he could do about that one. That was a rough one. Ever since they changed the blind, how it's only 5 seconds of a duration instead of 6, which you would imagine, like, what difference is that gonna make? A big one, especially for a class like a rogue. 6 seconds of just like CC gives you enough time to drop combat and then catch yourself a reset. 5 seconds is enough of opportunity for the enemy. Just 1 second to respond back to the rogue makes such a difference. And that's going to be Casameta getting blasted out by Conan. Immediate disarm, yoinking his weapons away, looking for a port right now. Does set up a port as Conan charges at him. Could go for a second port right after. Within 10 seconds of porting, could get away from Conan either way. Catching up on a couple of must-have Vivifys into a Fist of Fury to follow. Conan trying to see if he can slam right through the damage, but a lot of it is getting parried out. Going to be Casameta with a defensive leg sweep. Forcing a trick that on Conan, actually. It's going to be a shockwave to follow. Has himself Avatar, full codens at the ready. Wants to go in for as much damage as possible. Does he have a way to break out of the sin cap? Looks like he does. The last second, Stormbolt trying to keep Casameta in play as best as possible. Slow as he pops himself a movement speed. That's actually pretty good for Conan. Trying to see if he can get a charge around the corner. Going to be big damage out of Casameta. Full parry out into Conan with a Karma to follow. Definitely needs to play defensive. Does he have an inward survivability? Maybe one impending victory. Does he have a fear to follow? Needs a fear right now. If he does have a fear, this could be the end of the man. Needs a stun. Oh, but that's saved to make sure he has it for the competitor when it's most necessary. More Jock's going to be up next from one Beastmaster Hunter to another Beastmaster Hunter tonight as well. My goodness, let's go Hunters. You know, these Hunters, man, I want to see how Morjax does. I don't think we see a lot of Beast Mastery in the duels. We did see my man Kiosk, the survival hunter, pop in last night though, and that is such a joy, because that death chakram combo that survival can do with explosive shot and a kill shot, it's like the set of ranged abilities that just do a ton of damage. Got to be kill commands off the bat. Casameta trying to see if he closes the gap quick, and Cap death chakram spinning on him, does himself a knock. For Morjax is gonna go for Alexiu, trying to dribble the man, trying to kick him around like a soccer ball into a pet stun, but it's gonna be Fist of Fury right after. Got himself the Spore Cloak, trick to give himself a little bit of protection. Morjax not in a great setup opportunity. Got himself freeze the trap into explosive shot onto Casameta. Is it gonna be enough? He's gonna trying to see if he can reverse it. I don't think he was able to. Maybe that wasn't an explosive shot. That might have actually just been the chimeric poison but it's going to be Morjack setting some traps on either way. Caster Meta, if he does want to close the gap, he should have roots on either side stopping him, but as long as he got Tiger's Fury, he should be okay. Trying to see if he can catch up. Second trap waiting for him is going to be yet another trap. It's a Fist of Fury. He does have Karma yet again. Karma coming back up gives him quite a lot of that advantage. Turtle Shell as Morjack's trying to dampen as much damage as possible. Caster Meta looking for a heal. Next stun on either one could be really deadly. Trying to close the gap. Just Chakra to follow. Fist of Fury flying in. Anyone's game right now. Oh my god, Caster Meta, how are you still alive? Oh no, he isn't. Oh, the Hunter does end up getting that kill at the end. Errol is going to be up next. Full flagellation onto you with the Fed. Stepping right back to him as he gets knocked back with a Thunderstorm into full Sacred Technique. Mad damage on you with the Fed. Straight into follow. Wall this off. It might not be enough. Flagellation, just tearing right through the enhanced shaman, blind to follow on this burst. Does he have mobility? Is gonna go for a shot of meld really quickly. Catch himself a full reset. Not even gonna let you with the feds catch a heal right now, as Airless needs to find a way to bring the victory back to his team. BM all day. Mike is having such a good time with the chat, watching this BM hunters actually pop it off, man. I'm a big fan. I'm surprised he actually won that one too. I thought it was gonna be clean sweep. Airless does end up slamming down the shaman, but Makima is gonna be up next. A rogue with full deadly focus, not even a stealth right now, just kind of letting Airless open up on him into a blind for Airless. Does still hold on to a trinket. Could use it, may want to drink it, go into Makima, trying to see if he can get something out of him. Cloak of Shadows, as he sees the secret technique come out, he wants to make sure to dampen the damage of that secret technique as best as possible. If you have a way to reduce magic damage, by the way, using that against secret technique is huge. If you weren't aware, secret technique does part of it damage is physical, and then shadow rogues doing shadow damage swing by from either side of you. You can either get away from the rogue before secret technique has a second part, the second is shadow rogues attacking you, so you can actually outrange it. That or pop a defensive against magic damage. So even if where you pop and spell reflect, that's actually huge. You dampen so much of that shadow damage, and that's like the apex of the rogue's burst. Reducing that by any means is huge. So Airless pressing the cloak there, actually not a terrible idea. Picking up the eye, step into Maki, but before he can respond, human racial, but after cheap shot to follow, Airless got himself evasion, but cheap shot could puncture right through it. It's gonna be Maki, but no health, decides he wants to not stay on. Wait, eye is still available. It's gonna be Airless getting full blades into Makima, making sure that he can't escape all that easily. Step back from Makima, stunned, but it's super DR versus Airless, trying to go for a shiv as he backing up out of there. Makima looking to catch back up to Airless, has cold-blooded already, maybe has himself a big opener to go. Cheap shot right after, it is kind of not even DR, it's just really short, and Airless goes in, couple of eviscerates, slamming out the rogue, with Chicago gonna be up next. That's a really good use of picking up the eye and then staying aggressive with the other rogue. As soon as they decided cheap shot, full go, never mind, my health low, I better retreat. You want to make sure to put a dot on them, make sure they can't escape, and Airless plays into that dance as best as possible. But seeing Chicago, seeing a homie out in the arena, he does want to say hello. A nice, proper, honorable bow. Wait a second. They gonna arrest him? Wait, Airless actually takes that to a frost shock as the invitation actually. Big alien blaster to Airless does go knocked up in the air for Chicago. I don't know if knockup is going to be better than knockback. Mad damage. Whoa, got himself huge storm strike onto Airless though. Mad damage altogether. Chicago looking to catch up a little bit of health. Stabbed by Airless before Chicago can catch up any healing. Does still have ancient guardians talent available, so you could use that defensive burrow. Airless does not have an answer for this one. Cloak or Shadows to try to dodge as much physical as well as magical damage, depending if he's running Veil of Midnight. Mad storm strikes are coming through either way. Does knock the rogue up in air. I think that knockup is actually huge. Does get a shadow meld, blind to follow. Raptor's still on here. I think it just might be over. What is second? Sip a couple of seconds, 54% dampening, not giving him much of an escape. Has no blind. And it's going to be a cheap shot on to Chicago. Maybe big turn around. Kyrian to follow. Cheat death. Do you fight right through it? Wait a second. Oh my god. Hold on. Does Chicago win this? Oh, Sunder at the very end. Sunder in the ground. The rogue stands on. That was a clutch one. Airless had to go in, throw everything at it as best as he could. Caster Meta does pick a 4 though. That is nutty. Picking up 4, Airless almost claws it back for his team, but Chicago was going to be the wall to stop your approach there. Very well done. Let's get us another one going, yeah, boys? Yo, Airless, Chicago, let me know if you boys are ready. Airless, immediately ready. Let me get Chicago. As soon as you give me a go, my guy, we're good to go. Hey. Hey, can you text me and invite me? My name is, Colix? Yo, are you NA or EU, Kinboy? I think that would help out, because you've been trying to find the group for a while. I'm guessing you're maybe EU. We are doing these duels tonight on NA. Would that be the issue? Would that be the problem? Ready? Okay, we'll get these guys going one more time. Did I save this? Hold on. Just to make sure actually I have it saved. There's a lot of times I'm like, I want to save the footage, but I can't. I'm on NA for sure. Okay, well, when we got a spot open, then I can maybe invite you, yeah? But let me get your name down real quick. Cool. I have it posted in my local Discord. Just use it as like a notepad, honestly. It's actually kind of useful using Discord as a notepad because it has all the different channels and you can put stuff in there and reference it. It's kind of nice, honestly. I've been using that ever since, like, I forget when. Close to end of a cell. Been kind of nice. All right, let me get these guys back in here. I think Blackrook Hold is the play. Are we gonna see some of these rogues go assassination possibly? I think that'd be kind of cool if you just didn't have them all subtlety. Wait, Outlaw is getting buffed up by 5% next week. Are we gonna be seeing some Outlaw rogues in just a handful of days? I think that'd be hilarious, man. But I think that'd be awesome to see. Yeah, Kinboy, I'll try to see if I can get you invite. As soon as like a spot opens up, I can get you in. As soon as the spot is open up, my guy, I can try to see if I can get you in. How did that sound? Do you know if Gladiator streams works in 5v5s? They should. Gladiator streams should support 5v5s, but yeah, I maybe they don't, because I know S-Arena used to, and then they just took out the functionality since 5v5s is no longer like a retail thing. 5v5s are still a thing in Classic. I wonder if you could use like a Gladius or an S-Arena for Wrath Classic in this game, just so you can track people's trinkets and stuff. Gladius does, S-Arena does not. That is so weird. Has S-Arena ever? Now I'm starting to wonder if it ever did. Maybe I just made it up at this point. Because it's pretty sure they were like basically the same, just one was bulky, the other was more like held bars. But who knows? They did add like what, their own frames too, so that could at least tell like if the enemy has a trinket or not. But I wonder. I use S-Arena. Have to get Gladius then? Yeah, maybe. Switch. Got ourselves caster meta first up over for the team 2. Gonna be Shadhan Disarm immediately Electric to follow. Trying to see if he can just take out the Hunter before the man even has a chance to play the game. Big Fist of Fury, Freeze and Chapter Follow. Does go for the trinket. Man is just playing greedy with that trinket, but does want to take down the Hunter as soon as possible. Speed, trying to see if he can punish the Monk. It's gonna be a Monk backing up out of there. Ran in, slamming down the Hunter, using the port to completely reset. Speed decided he is not gonna go chasing. Instead, he's gonna cap himself a proper reset and then try to see if he can get himself a proper go into caster meta. Knowing that the Monk does not have a trinket anymore might be huge for him actually, and I'm pretty sure that is not the mix that I normally listen to. So let me try to see if I can adjust that real quickly, as this is going to be big damage out of Speed. Mad Kid is shot onto caster with big secret technique. Does the man just die? Oh my god, as good as Monks are, man, you are still kind of a squishy of a class. Like, don't get me wrong, you're not a bad class, but man, you do die to stun pretty quickly. Airless, wait, Erebus, never mind. Look pretty close, honestly. It's gonna try to see if it can fight versus Speed. Does not get a bleed on the guy, but it's gonna be a re-step by Speed with a kid shot to follow. Does he have a big go? He shouldn't have secret technique at this point. Maybe a cloak of shadows for this one. Trying to see if he can maybe slam him. If it's almost get Erebus down. Speed getting hit with the kid shot. Does not have a trinket for this one. Just trusting that Erebus is not out of the burst. Erebus with an evasion and a cloak of shadows though. That is a lot of commitment, even though he's the one doing the opener onto Speed. I feel like he may want to delay those next time, potentially. As Speed trying to see if he can find him. He thought he saw Erebus. He more or less knew he was, but kind of lost track of the guy. Now he's just kind of guessing, trying to see if he can play around the big pull in the middle. Erebus instead just roaming. I do love seeing how stealthy classes end up using their stealth. Some roam around, some will just park themselves in the corner and wait. Others hang out by like the closest pillar. It looks like Speed maybe picked up the eyes. I think he does have line of sight of Erebus, wants to get at him as soon as possible. Does he get to the... No, maybe not. Maybe try to see if he can bait him out in the open. Second set of eyes is available though. He could pick him up in case he wanted to. But Erebus is out in the open, still skulking around, trying to see if he can find himself a bit of a better angle here. While Speed also skulking around a little bit as well. I should have just gone sub before the Speed. Just full Speed. I mean, it's up to you, my god. Whatever you want to do, yeah? Whatever you want to do. But you already have too many rogues. That is a lot of rogues, honestly. That is a lot of rogues. Had no remorse. He showed no mercy. Dude, honestly. Me too. I switch over time in these duels. Dude, Yeah, maybe like at this point getting a weak aura that tracks DRs or something and use like the Blizzard frames. Maybe that could work out pretty well. Just so you could like track your defensive DRs or maybe their cooldowns or whatever. That might not be the worst play, honestly. Speed doesn't pick up the eyes. Erebus nowhere nearby. I think it's just gonna go for a bit of a slower game and catch a reset. Unless you can somehow catch up to Erebus right now. Fan randomly, sometimes he gets randomly. Do Fan tries to see if you can find him. Erebus has the same idea. They're both trying to see if you can find each other. Fan of Knives does catch Erebus. Both put in combat. Erebus trinkets right now. Cheap shot to follow. As Speed gonna have to find a way to try to see if he can fight through it. Gouge into Erebus as he goes in for a vanish. Shadow Strike, try to get himself a proper reset. Speed with a full rupture onto Erebus, making sure the man cannot get himself a reset. But a Cloak of Shadows does, I believe, remove the bleeds, playing that Veil of Midnight talent. So that is going to be a pretty big cooldown committed, honestly. That's a fantastic defensive if you could use that for that secret technique. But man, going to be a bit of a slower game. Speed does pop out of stealth for just a second. This kidney shot going to be out of Erebus. Secret technique immediately. Speed with a trinket. Erebus no longer has a trinket, so I think that's what Speed is trying to account for. Cheap shot right after. Mad Eviscerate. What is these Eviscerate cheap? Is this enough to keep him alive? Blind to follow. Does Erebus just die? Does he still have a rupture on him? Bleed or anything? Vanish? Does he just go down? The man is left with literally 1 health. Eyes are back up. I feel like for Speed, it may be imperative to pick up Eyes as soon as possible. And then step to Erebus. Try to see if you can double right in front of him. Gouge him right after. Look at for him immediately. Erebus on a retreat. Speed does see what the man is skulking over to. If Erebus, does he just go in for a kill here? Or maybe does he go take a chance? Does he even take a chance? Speed is just trying to see if he can get himself a plane. Sap. I think it could be Erebus' opportunity, but is that man going to play defensive? Oh no, this is at this point as Rogue, you got to make the decision. Do you just play defense and play for cooldowns, or do you just like go on the aggression? And this man is just playing old defense. Oh, I like the set. That's a good mock swap. I like it a lot. Look at these weapon, what is it, effects? That actually looks kind of cool, honestly. I like that a lot. Gonna be a fade as the kidney shot comes out. Erebus trying to see if he can have some go versus Speed, but the damage is just not enough. He's not able to really break past Speed's half his health bar. Cheap shot, mad damage reversal onto Erebus. Didn't even stand a chance. Massive secret technique just ripping the boy apart. From one Rogue into the next. So mock him and get hit with a fan. Gouge right before he can even get a go. For Speed, this is a perfect opportunity. Does he even get a chance right now? Trying to put some bleeds into mock him, and with a Cloak of Shadows in case there's the kidney shot. Is gonna go for a Phantom Knives. Mock him and does catch us a reset. Blind to follow, do the trinketed. I think Speed is just trying to see if he can bait anything out of Makima right now. Cheap shot. Is this gonna be a trinket? Flagellation, mad burst. Does how much of Speed? Does he have a chance here right now? Gonna be Makima trying to go for Shadow Strikes, but it's an invasion for Speed. As long as he keeps Makima in front of him, he'll be okay. Makima steps to wrong Rogue by accident, but looks at it. Trying to go for a kidney shot, misses it. Vanish for Speed. Makima has a dance. Is that gonna be reset? No. Hold on, his Speed is fast enough. Shadow Strike before he can really get a chance. Blind to follow. Speed could trinket this if he wanted to, but I think he's gonna hang in there. Get a shot before Makima can even take a chance right now. What is going on? What is Makima doing? Hold on a second. Wait, oh my god, Speed! From one to the next, he's just gonna rip into Chicago right after. What is even happening? Oh, Chicago looking like an engineer. What is this? Trying to fix up Speed. I could fix him. Chicago's just like, I could fix him. Trinket out of the kidney shot. Speed trying to see if he can bail out of there. No way out for this one. Goes on for a DFA, but that's going to be a big slam by the Shaman. Got himself a proc of random ascendants too. That really did help him pick up a lot of speed, a lot of damage versus him. Has to fight versus the entire team one with Airless and that team Warjocks as well as Conan. And it looks like Conan potentially first up next. The Chicago playing into a pretty high dampener right now. We are in a 7-minute dampening, 34% dampener right now. And that's going to be reflect up for Conan. Trying to see if he can reflect an elemental blast back at Chicago, who is going to pop wall as well as Guardian Spirits, trying to heal Fear by Conan. And Chicago looking to bail out of there for just a second. Stormbolt right after is going to get a knock up into Conan, trying to go for the Odin's Fury, but I don't even know if it actually reaches Chicago. Odin's Fury does give you the avatar buff, but I don't think it actually hits Chicago, as it is going to be Spore Cloak. Either way, though, the Fury Warrior is building up quite a bit of damage little by little versus the Shaman, even enough to mount up. Chicago try to see if he can maybe juke out the Reflect, potentially. Got himself full Bloodlust, potentially could have himself a big go. Lots of haste coursing through him. Got himself Ellie Blast right after. Conan still surviving this, though, so Chicago's being extra careful. Big defensive for Conan. And that's where Chicago definitely wants to bail out of this as best as possible. This Warrior's Furious Rage, you definitely want to make sure there's at least a Flame Shock. Otherwise, second one is going to let him recover a ton. Chicago definitely needs to be very, 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 very careful with that Flame Shock. maintain one at all times. Needs to find a way to balance this out. Needs to give himself a little bit of survivability while also killing Conan fast enough before dampening really ramps up, while also trying to be very, very careful with their cooldowns, because you could trade cooldowns right now, you won't have it for the next guy. So you kind of want to make sure something's going back for the next competitor. Mad Ascendance, maybe this could help you finish it very, very quickly. Big Buster follow. Mad Wind Strikes, just blast Conan out of the game. That is what they needed right now, is that big Ascendance with Wall coming back up, Wolves coming back up. That's going to be a Bloodlust very, very soon. And this is going to be next. It's either going to be Airless, who is waiting on Morjox, but Morjox may actually not be there. Maybe a little bit AFK, so it's going to be Airless up next. A little bit of a rematch between him and Chicago, but Chicago's walking into this one with less cooldowns than before. Actually, one cooldown. Wait, if you wait 15 seconds, I was going to say, if you wait 15 seconds, with Guardian going back up, actually would have been pretty even match. Knock up into Airless, had himself a Cloak of Shadows, but still went flying either way. Bad secret technique on Chicago. Does have a wall for this one. May not be enough. That's a flagellation and a Viscerate scorching right through him. Oh, and it's going to be Airless taking him down with a blinding needle into you with the Feds, trying to see if you can get a trinket out of him. Instead, no trinket is going to go for a Vanish Reset. Man, if you only waited like maybe 15 seconds, it actually would have been a pretty even match, but high dampening. But I think last match was also, between the two, was also very, very high dampening, wasn't it? Zap it to you with the Feds. That's Airless trying to see if he can get himself a go. Shadow Strike in the opener. Kindred Shot right after. You try to go in with a bit of a knockback. Mad Secret Technique just ripping right through the Shaman. You with the Feds is going to have to be very, very careful. Wall? That's a tough one, man. If only you could wall while the Rogue is bursting you. I feel like that would make it so much better of a cooldown. But that's rough. Airless got himself a Shadow Meld while rooted. And with a sap to get himself a break there. Nice. Very, very, very good. I am surprised. I honestly thought Wood would probably put you in combat. Mad Ascendance for you with the Feds. Got himself Guardian, everything available. Wait, no, not a proc Ascendance, real Ascendance. Once you get in there versus Airless, it's going to be a shift for just a moment. Evasion's up. Is going to disarm the Shaman. May actually give him a break right here. Cheap Shot to follow. Mad Secret Technique. Oh. That disarm just prevented all that damage. He has himself so much potential output. Airless isn't gonna play. Speed with 3, by the way. 2 for Airless. Mad, these rogues are blasting, dude. Absolute blasters right now. Oh man. Dude, I really did like speed going from one rogue to the next It's just like, it's all about the CC. It's all about the control of the enemy player. And whichever rogue can do that the best wins. I want to play Outlaw? Alright, awesome. Yo, did we just get all the rogues to play Outlaw that round? That'd be insane if everybody were just Outlaw one round. Alright, 180, what are we at? 188? 189? 189. Cap, I can't even play solo in 2300 MMR. Can't even play solo? Wait, what? Try to wait as little as you can. Rogue's such a joke, dude. Nobody likes rogues. I feel like if Blizzard were to be like to announce tomorrow, hey, we heard your cries. We heard your calls. No, let's not say cries because that sounds bad. But it's like we heard you cry, but I don't mean like a little cry, like your tears. But like, hey, like that kind of a cry. We heard your calls. We're deleting Rogue starting next Tuesday. The community would erupt with joy, and like the 5 people playing Rogue, 50. Okay, 50. Would be sad about it, but like everybody else will be happy. Do you know how many times people have been questing out in Classic, TBC, Wrath, Cataclysm, Mop, WAD, every expansion, and a rogue, sneaky little rogue came up to you and just blasted it out of smithereens? Maybe just put like a big elite in Wrath, questing out in I don't know, what are the zones? Ice Crown, right near the Ice Crown area, right? And you're like, I can take on a big elite. As long as nobody intervenes. Skulking Rogue walks right behind you and is like, hey, stabs you in the back. Dude, everybody would be happy, honestly. Let me get the fan rolling here in a second, yeah? Summer, it's hot. I got big old lights staring in my face, blinding me. PC cranking out heat. I need the fan, man. I need the fan at the very least. All right, let's get us another going here, boys. Yeah. Switch. We got ourselves Conan over for the team one. Going to be first up, representing the squad with Erebus meeting him head on the bridge in the Blades Edge Arena. Kindred Shot immediately forced a trinket disarm as he goes in for Secret Technique. I actually wonder if you disarm a rogue after you use Secret Technique. Does the Secret Technique get weaker because those shadows shouldn't have a weapon, or like how does it scale? I never really got a chance to try it out myself. Gotta be Conan with a Stormbolt, trying to see if it catch up to Erebus. As long as you don't let the rogue catch an easy reset, make him force to use vanishes, force him to use blind, force him to use any other cooldowns. Does still have a bleed onto Erebus some way, somehow, if you just randomly leap. Oh, he's trying to go for it. I like the gusto. If only he did that a little bit earlier, because he would have landed literally where the rogue was. That would have been amazing. On team 1, we got ASUS Airless swapping out to the Outlaw, looking very, very classy on that thing. More jocks over in the BM, Shad Hunt on the MM. We got Speed over in the Sub-Rogue, with Conan waiting out for Erebus, who is going to go for a quick sap. Chicago, as well as you with the Feds on the Enhanced Shamancer, Makim on the Sub-Rogue, Caster on the Windwalker, and Erebus with a kidney shot on to Conan as he pops in a defensive stance preemptively before the secret technique. Does go for the disarm right back at him. Used to maintain the rogue as best as he can. Does jump after the rogue with a charge right after, just to make sure the rogue cannot shadow step to juke him. Blind to fall, and this is going to force Erebus to catch a proper reset. Has himself a leap charge, maybe? Almost. If only he leapt a little bit closer to like the edge of the, not in the kind of under the bridge, but closer to that ramp. Past it though, I feel like that whirlwind would have definitely caught the rogue. It's going to be sapped immediately. Does he have a Zerker Rage for this one? Does have a Zerker Rage. Definitely want to punish the rogue as best as you can. It's going to be kidney shot out of the rogue. As this is going to be also what looked like an evasion for the last handful of seconds. Or not. Bleed onto the rogue. Does he connect? Stormbolt to follow. Still has eyes. Able to punish the rogue for a minute. Cloaker shot to follow. Does go for the advantage, but he still should have eyes for like a second or two. Wait, Erebus, do you have a bleed? No. He does get out of this scot-free. Second set of eyes available on the other side. And you know Erebus is going to be a Skulker right next to it as soon as he can be. Erebus at this point has a trinket, evasion coming back up, so maybe has himself an opportunity to do something. But Conan, kidney shot, trinkets out of its stone onto Erebus. It is going to be trinket out of Erebus as well. Is going to try to see if he can go for cheap shot, chain a little bit of CC, and try to stay on top of Conan as best as possible. Conan leaping away for a moment off of that fear. Stormbolt as he going to charge in. Erebus looking for a reset. Shadow Melt does not do work. Shadow Step throws him off the edge into an evasion. As long as you can somehow bypass the evasion, you will be okay. You got to keep the rogue in your sights as best as possible. Gouge, do you have a Zerker Rage for this one? Does get a Zerker Rage. Last second, Erebus looking for the reset. Needs a kidney shot right now. Unless Conan just executes him, that's going to be cheap death. Last second, he did cheap shot. Oh, cheap shot, kidney shot. Anything should have been available, but the man just didn't have much at the very, very end. And Conan has been able to slam down a rogue. Big Yellow Blast exchange. As Conan is kind of spent on all of his cooldowns. I don't even know if he got anything left. Like if he's got a fear for Chicago, maybe could strike him with fear. Go behind the pillar, go for a massive leap, look for a reset, but right now, since he doesn't have anything, he might as well stay in, go for this bloodthirst, build up a little bit of pressure. Looks like he's building up for a big avatar. There's going to be a lot of damage on Chicago. Maybe if you can reflect some and big bleed on Chicago, force and all the defenses out of Chicago, has him a lot more offensive power, wants to stay aggressive, got himself a reflect last second. Chicago better not cast anything. Stormbolt, 1 second. Oh my god, Conan just slamming him down. He does get to claw back yet another victory, ripping it out of the foes as best as he can, leaping away from Caster looking for that secret technique, but the man is not going to give him any opportunity to reset whatsoever. Lex swept. That's going to be a trinket human race to the last second. Does he have a stun for this one? If he could stun this Fist of Fury or Fear Rate, anything right now would be huge. Disarm for disarm, but the monk still has kicks and punches. And that's going to be a quick fear. At least gives you a little bit of a breather. Trying to go for Bloodthirst a little bit here and there. Short stun onto Caster. Is it going to be enough though right now? At this point, he's got himself just a bit more damage. He can at least soften up the monk, whoever's going to be up next. He does end up picking up that kill at the very, very end. Well done, Conan with a pog win, man. One of the best things. One of the best things in life, baby. Let's go, dude. Is there airless next, potentially? Warjacks? Chad? Speed. It looks like it is. Oh, it looked like airless was moving. Oh, by the way, look at the airless tattoos. You see how the face markings are there? They finally added tattoos over in the PTR if you guys want to check them out. But they do look really, really good. It actually is kind of neat. They actually added like tattoos, and you can give them like a color scheme, face, body, and you can customize that as much as you want to. It actually is really nice. Oh, I like that set, by the way. That looks good. Makima? It's not Makima next. No, he just wants to hang out with the other rogues. It is going to be Shad Hunt by the looks of it. Hold on, which one is Shad Hunt? There we go. Sorry about that. I'm literally moving the camera to the wrong guy. Lex Loop onto Shad Hunt as Zuen joins in. Shad better have an answer right now. The man freezes trap onto the Zuen, trying to go for a heal. General Shell? I don't know what you're going to do in this situation. You got to find a feint, maybe even a camo or something. You're going to need summon for this situation. Binding shot, caster meta just gonna sit there for a second. Is it gonna go for an aim shot? I don't know what you can do in this situation. Big old kick. You gotta have yourself an opener. You gotta have yourself a proper camo go. Maybe freeze the guy in the opener, something, anything. You gotta make sure you get a good opener as a marksmanship, because that spec just doesn't live long. Speed gonna be up next. Got himself the full set. Actually, just noticed he got himself a Lego Thunder Fury, as well as the shoulders from, what's this, Emerald Nightmare, right? Looks good, honestly. Got himself the full set. He just needs some kind of like a legendary helm and a legendary chest piece or something along those lines, and he'll be golden. Gonna be a leg sweep onto the rogue as the speed, trying to see if he can get in there with caster meta. Trinkets are being forced for both of them. Evasion up for the rogue really early on. Fitsphere trying to see if he can parry out the rogue. Can strike him, but at least he can maybe deny some of the damage. Big secret technique, massive flagellation. Is he just gonna fight through karma? Cloak of Shadows, I think, might have been able to remove the karma. Caster meta might actually be just exposed right now, looking for a bit of a reset. At speed, trying to see if he can catch back up to him. It's gonna go for the Shadow Strike. DFA to follow. Is this enough right now? Caster with a big defensive as he gives himself the dampen harm. He's trying to see if he can get himself off the bridge, but it's another killer shot. Oh my god, Speed is just not even gonna give you a chance to live. This man is just aggressively just chasing after the monk, not gonna let him out of his sight. Blinded to you with the feds. Could be a trinket. Wait, did you with the feds trinket? Or is this a bug? That might actually be just a UI thing, honestly. I don't think he actually tricketed it, but the man tried to see if he could sprint up to use speed, and speed got himself plenty. Shadow step? No, tried to see if he could go for a juke. Does he have any outs? Vanish getting used? At this point, speed got nothing left. Is there still a flame check rolling on him? Yes, there is. You with the fence has a chance here. Hold on, do you have a root totem? Trying to see if he can maybe get a root totem around the corner. It does get to connect. Speed with a kidney shot. Going to be a trinket. There goes a trinket. I knew it was a UI bug. This is going to be full Lassa, just chasing down speed. Gouge to follow, have himself the Earth Elemental. It's not going to let you catch an easy reset unless you can somehow disconnect from it. You're going to need to use a Shivel Nut thing or something and run away. You with the fence trying to see if you get some damage on you. Cheap shot to follow. Knockback, just trying to stay aggressive. Cheat death. At this point, you got to stay, do what you can. Trying to see if you can fight through you with the fence. Actually, it was puncturing through his health pretty well. I think he was trying to see if he could force some kind of coolness for the next competitor, as Morjack's going to be up next. Full silence onto him. You with the feds, death shock him, spinning on him, cheat intimidation, but that stun is super DR from the sheep shots earlier from the rogue. Mad Ascendance just absolutely coalescing the thunderstorm, the vortex into Morjax. The man has to turtle out of this one immediately, as you with the feds still has a lot of firepower. My god, this shaman damage. Oh! And you with the fence is ready for the next one. Airless is going to be up next. Owl or Kidney Shot, knockback. It's going to be Shadow Step. Just needs a couple more Shadow Strikes, ambushes. I like the pistol shot at the end. I like that touch. Sap by Makima. Get himself a proper opener. Wait, just trying to take a selfie with Airless? Is that what he's trying to do? Blade Filler gets him out in the open. Shadow Step, cheap death to follow, cheap shot to follow rather. Into massive secret technique. Airless is gonna have to use something here. Blind to Makima really early. Oh, he's gonna take a selfie with him as well. Is this what's going on? Is this Makima trying to BM Airless and he's just trying to BM him back? Makima does have a trinket shield. Airless doesn't, a burning one really quickly. Shadow Meld was used as well, and is able to at least catch a reset. Shadow Step to Makima. What is keeping you on in combat? Is there a dot? I don't think Airless would keep a dot on you, right? As Outlaw? I don't think you even have one. Can you shot into Airless? It is so DR'd. Makima catches a reset. Immediate disarm right after. Blind into Airless. Makima, does he get a reset? No, disarm with your Airless. Try to see if you can make those Shadow Strikes happen. Grapple hook as you try to secret technique him, but you actually escape the damage of that secret technique. All that burst is gone. Airless just sees it enough for a kidney shot. Does land one. Blade Flare is active, trying to see if he can make one of the buffs that he has with Blade Flare work. Cheap shot to follow. Looking for a Shadow Step maybe. Does he get to it? Looks like Makima backing up out of there. Just wants to see if he can bail out. First aid does come through. It looks like your first aid cast like stop, starts, stop, starts. Is that me or is that real? Kidney shot onto Airless? Wait, are you still healing yourself? What is this? Are you recasting it? Is that a thing? Can you just like randomly start casting heals? Or is it just like a bug? Might be a visual bug. I'm not even sure. But Airless does escape into re-stealth. Eyes available for either one. Makima hovering by one eye, while Airless is all on the other side of the arena. He's just waiting, ready to sap as soon as possible. Whoever's going to be out first, I think Makima still has a trinket. Actually, no, he doesn't. Because there is a DR. Right now, if you use a human racial or the normal trinket to break out a CC, there's a bit of like a 1 minute and 30 second diminishing return on both. So, If you use human racial, it puts you normal trinket on a minute 30 cooldown. So you can't just like trinket every 30 seconds like you used to back in the day. Airless trying to randomly find him with a blade flurry actually grapples right past Makima. Sometimes what I also like to do is grapple while blade flurrying, and there's a good chance like that extra distance you're covering, some way, somehow, I feel like it almost extends the range of your blade flurry. Ooh, blind onto the secret technique. It actually does nothing. So Airless is able to bypass that entirely. Cloak of Shadows, that's going to be a disarm. Airless with a trinket going for that carry and setup. Trying to see if he can make it go over some Makima. Uses pistol shots. Getting a shot to follow. Doesn't take him out. Airless trying to see if he can get out of there. Going to be a vanish sheep shot by Makima. Airless with a killing spree to follow. Got himself a little bit of DR. Wait a second. Oh, the damage onto Makima though with a killing spree. Wait a second, what? Cheat down to the Makima? Cheap shot. Oh, does it have turned around to Airless? I am very surprised. What was that killing spree damage? That was kind of incredible, actually. Wait a second, that actually did a lot there. Oh my god. That turnaround, I couldn't tell who was going to win that one, but it looked like Airless was winning, and then just it switched. I'm not even sure. What a match, hell yeah. Let's get us another going, boys, yeah? Yo, Airless or Chicago, let me know if you guys got spots open. Kinboy trying to see if we can join in. If we got spots, I definitely want to see if I can get him in here, but if we're set, I don't want to kick anybody out either. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. 4 out of 5? Wait, Ken, we actually got a spot for him. I can get you in. Hey, yo, Ken, I'm gonna open up the group. You are NA, right? There we go. You are NA, right? You should be able to join. So we have a group listed, Raids Legacy. Just find the group in the 5V5 1v1 DUELS, Raids Legacy. I have the name Tier on Garrosh. Chirukolox. Roll. Wait, Roth? Wait, I thought Seavark did not have access to his PC. Is he on a laptop? Because I want to get my man Seavark. I can't. I tried. Are you on an A? Because I don't think you're on A then. Do you not have like... Wait, hold on. Is this like a real... Is this like a authenticator thing? Do you have authenticator on the account? Is that why you just... Can you join any group, LFG groups at all? Because I don't think you're in the same region then. Hold on a second. What is this? Hold on. Can I just like look up your character or something? Is that a thing? Just so we're 100% clear. Hold on. Tier X call. That name is popping up. It does say NA. I mean, it found your character. It's a rogue night elf, right? Bro, I had a stealth for him so close, man. I got reported, so I can't get in, but invite me when I can. Wait, what? You got it reported? Uh-oh. What'd you get reported for, actually? What'd you get reported for? What'd you do? That's enough for another group? Yeah, that many people? Oh yeah, plenty for another group. I don't know, man. Now that you said you got reported, I'm like, oh, what'd you do? Was it bad? And I'm a little weary, you know what I mean? I'm a little weary. Am I the only one, man? It's just like, yo, get me in the group. I know I got reported for like some bad stuff, but like, get me in there anyway. It's like, ooh, I don't know. People talking shit to me, so I talk back. I mean, I don't know. Social contract violation, probably. Yeah, like, I mean, I also like to keep this like environment for duels pretty chill. Like, if I invite you and you've been really, really toxic, I'm just gonna be like, oh man, I shouldn't have done that. So I don't really know, man. I don't really know. Oh my, because he's muted. Is that what happened? Yeah. 3 was a dot on me and I had to spam bandages. Wait, how do you spam bandages? What is that? How do you do that? I can invite, he's on right now. He can inv trill, he's on right now. I kind of want to get my man Roth in here, get him a chance to play. You know what I mean? When people are bad to me, I won't say anything. I don't know, man. Give him a chance, Dal, have mercy. It's not about mercy, it's just like, I don't know. I don't know. Cloak. Oops, wait, speed. Is the macro working? I want to get my man Roth in here too, you know? Good, we're good. Okay, hold on. Wait, hold on. So how many rogues do we have even? Hold on. We have like 2 rogues. If a rogue drops, I can get you in. How does that sound? Because this is a new rule. Chat, back me up on this one. We usually have a rule just to make sure chat isn't annoyed, and neither am I. Not too many of a single class. We have 2 rogues right now. Don't make it 3. Chat, back me up on this one. Do we usually just keep it down to 2 classes? Because imagine a game with all 5 rogues on each team. How annoying would that be? So if a rogue drops, we can get you in. How does that sound? We can give you a chance. Let me make a lead. Yo, my man, CY, dude. I want to see that man play again. Now that Arcane, or what is it, Frost and Fire getting some nerfs, man, maybe Arcane will be a little bit better. Sounds good. Barry. That's a good idea. Let's do 5 rogues. No! Now! You want to swap a shaman? I think we can keep the same team for now, but like, if we are, okay, we're ready. FK make some food. No, real quick. Let's just do a game real quick, Chicago. And then we can go get food and we can like swap somebody in for you for a second. I can take over. We could get a +1 in, figure all that out. RE5, RER, no stealths. Dude, if we just did all 5 rogues, I would, you know what? I would love to have control of the dueling arena. Okay. I would love to have like pure control of the dueling arena. I would just disable stealth for rogues. That's what I would do. Disable stealth. And there would just like be no stealth. If it's all rogues, no stealth. You get shadow dances and that's it. How hilarious would that be, man? Nobody can stealth. Nobody, like, you can use a vanish. It'll give you like 3 seconds of stealth. That's about it. I think that'll definitely make an interesting dueling environment. A very, very interesting one. That'll be perfectly fine. I think it'd be awesome, man. 5. Let's not try to speak, man. We'll get you guys in here. As long as you can actually, yeah, for like 3 seconds. Because 3, you do have like that, in like, what is it? The, when you vanish, you get a buff. It's like the improved stealth for 3 seconds. But like, yeah, like if you vanish, shadow meld, how would that work? I guess like as long as you stand still, like you're chilling, right? So you can shadow meld, but you can't pop in a stealth after. Can we get a 3rd group rolling? Yeah, if you guys want to. If somebody wants to make a 3rd group and you guys want to add me, whoever's lead, add me on reality, we can get you guys in. I'm totally cool with that. I'm totally down for it, honestly. I think it'd be kind of fun. Yeah, we've done that a couple of times, so we get like 3 groups and we just rotate them in. So you're never playing same person ever, but like one person gets to play 2 games. They'll play one guy, second guy, then that first guy that played, they'll play back and forth and whatnot, right? We just try to mix it up a bit as best we can. Give it a little bit of variety. Hopefully I saved that other one. I don't know if I did, so I'm just gonna kind of keep it on here. Switch. I'm not feeling that song. I'm not feeling this one either. Oh, we guys are going in either way. Doesn't even matter. Hold on. What's first up? Switch. Ruff? Oh my goodness, my man. Oh man. Put in some clothes, my guy. Wait, are you playing fire? You are Arcane. I was gonna say for a second. I saw Ring of Fire. For some reason, wait, what's happening? Hold on, massive sentence as Rob just deleting you with the fence while I was trying to deliberate which spec he's even playing. I was gonna say every time I see Ring of Fire, I keep automatically assuming that is an Arcane Mage, but no, you with the fence does get himself quite a bit of recovery, but every single cooldown did get burned to make it happen. As my man Rob, my man Seawork, running around with his cheeks out, dude, as an Arcane Mage blasting you with the fence away, does knock him back with a quick root, as it's going to be some Ghost Raptors join in. Got himself, Lasso is able to blink out of it immediately. Next time you have a touch of the magic, that's where you probably want to cook up some big damn. He does have a big touch of the magic, missiles for him, you with the fence, trying to see if he can get himself a setup. That's going to be so big Sunder, that gives him an opportunity to at least have a go. Mad missiles either way, does go for the interrupt, actually misses it. More Arcane Blaster follow, still more missiles. Barrage may just end you with the fence. Does he have enough right now? Wait a second, no, not even then. It's just missiles just drilling into the guy. My goodness. Oh, Arcane Mages, man, in PvP, they are nutty. It's going to be a Shadow Strike opened by Erebus. Immediate root though, when you don't open up with a cheap shot on a mage, it does give him an opportunity. If the mage is fast enough to react, and if Rob knows he's going up against a rogue, I think he already has like an idea of what he wants to do rotationally into a Cloak of Shadows for Erebus. He's one big immunity versus Roth. With a vanish right after, as you get hit with an Arcane Orb, it barely connects as the Cloak of Shadows was about to rain. As Roth Is that all the time? Every time I see the clock icon above major sets, I keep thinking all the time. That's all the time that time around. Matt touch the Magi, even though Aramis is the one getting the opener onto Rolf, he's just the one getting blasted out. Barrage is back to back. What is this? Vanish to follow. If he doesn't get the rogue back out in the open, wait, Nether Tempest gets him out. Touch of the Magic does connect. Full damage. It's going to be blind right after. Wait, are you still touch Nether Tempest? Yo, Nether Tempest is strong, dude. What a good dot. Didn't they buff it by like 150% for PvP recently? They really gave it some effort, huh? Gotta be your Chicago up next. Normally, Chicago and Ralph in the past have dueled each other. And normally, the Arcane Mage have almost always lost to Enhancement Shaman. Nowadays, though, Enhancement Shaman is not nearly the same class that can counter Arcane Mages as easily. Ring of Frost right now just gonna drop his pets and just blink right into Chicago. Just super aggressive with Trinket to follow off of that Thunder. Touch of the Magi is on Chicago. As long as you get some missiles in there, you'll be fine. The Nether Tempest actually does add quite a bit of that Touch of the Magi damage. Trying to go for a heal. It's gonna be a big blaster. It's gonna go for Touch of the Magi. Slam it down Chicago, but just not enough damage. Take him down super low. Gonna be a big old cooldown reduction with shifting power for Rolf. Trinket out of Chicago does land the interrupt onto Rolf, but now Chicago does not really have much of an answer. Ring of Fire right after, just trying to see keep him at bay into Ring of Fire as best as possible with more missiles, just adding on just a mixture of all the Frosty Fire as well as the Arcane, as Rolf does have full mastery over every element of the mage class. It's going to be Mad Touch of the Magic yet again. Doesn't have the big go with it, but maybe big touch, big missiles. Kind of rooted in place. That's the only reason why he wasn't over there with Chicago. Burrow to follow, as this is going to be Chicago dodging a lot of this damage, playing the Burrow. Very defensive, but still not a lot of health available. I think a Battle Master Trigger just fell off, interrupting Rolf on the Arcane for just a second. Does he have a way to get back in there? Got himself a little bit of defense, and Chicago's looking for a bit of a catch-up and heal. Ring of Fire knows that Chicago's going to be chasing after him. Let him just singe over time. There's going to be a totem down into a blink off of that Lassa. Got himself Arcane Surge built up and ready to go. Knocking Chicago out in the open. Missiles while behind the pillar. Is going to have the ult time put him back out in the open. Try to see if he can go for Blast. Does he get an interrupt? Does not. Oh, does get the interrupt. Oh my god. What is this? That is a lot of damage. Makima next? Is it Makima? No. Makima just tried to... Oh, hey, Airless, how's it going? That's a nice mog. Still playing Outlaw. I like it. We got us some speed while we're at it. Rob just blasting everybody out of the game. Got us Conan in the back. More jocks as well. And this is not Makima, then it has to be Casameta, right? Or maybe he doesn't want to fight. I think he just left. I think he actually doesn't want to fight. I think Makima, you're the last one left. I don't think he would want to fight you. I think he literally just hit slash surrender. He doesn't even want to do it. That or he just did slash coward just for like... But he still wants to play? I'm not even sure. Rav may just end up going against like 4. Cloak of Shadows immediately for Makima, trying to see if he can use that Cloak of Darkness in order to cover his approach versus Rav and get himself quite valuable damage, but that Alter Time reverses all of it. Matt Touch of the Magic, Ice blocks it just to blast out the Rogue. The Rogue still has a dodge chasing after him. Will not be able to get himself an easy reset with another Tempest. Barrage right after him. First Aid. Wait a second, are you gonna reset the first aid? This man's been doing resets of first aid. I don't even know how you do it. Ring of Fire with the Ring of Frost, Arcade Surge. I think it just might be done. Unless you got another Vanish? No, just stops. Just giving up. My goodness. Barrage again? This is one more? Oh my goodness. I am actually so sad that Casameta didn't even give a chance. Oh no. We gotta go again. That was the fastest map ever. As Rav got to go stomp it before. My goodness, AFK'd out, not winning. What? I thought a monk was pretty good against mage. I guess like not arcane though, right? Oh, by the way, I like this whole like, what is this? We got this little shack going on, a little tent city. We got monks just deliberating the Zen. Maybe I'll talk to these 3 wise men and how could they beat an arcane mage, man? You might need to hit them up real quick. Let's get us to some of them going. Trickster or Airless, as well as Chicago. Let me know when you boys are ready, or if you need extra, we can get you guys in. Arcane is bad. Oh, totally, I agree. Arcane Mage, really, really bad. Not even a good class, honestly. Yeah, I agree. Okay, wait, is this like you're just saying Arcane's bad, just kind of like, it's not that good, guys. Come on, you guys could probably beat him. Or is that like, you don't like Arcane? We'll throw you into a hook point. Throw you with the fishes, dude. Oh man, dude, I literally as soon as the duel began, I'm just like, let me tell you about the story of Ring of Fire. See, like, it's just like, shut up, let me just blast these boys away. I feel like that has happened a couple of times now. somebody bail? Do we need to go again? Let me know. Which one was that good? Arcade is my favorite. I'm stuck at 600. Dude, Arcade is my favorite too. Frost is really good though. I've been liking Frost and Mythic Pluses. That's plays super well. And I'm glad the Frost is a lot better for PvP as well. I'm surprised how much I like it. But Arcade is my favorite, man. I gotta say, that's just like so fun. Try again. Never mind 4 out of 5. Invite. Who left? This is my man Seavark. Does he bail out to do some other stuff? Or... oh, no, actually. Who left? I think it was Malachi, right? We got a spot open. We got a spot open. That isn't a rogue. We still have 2 rogues. We got a spot open though. My man Kevin, I think, signed up earlier, right? Kevin, get in here, my guy. Get in here, my boy. Torvis? Okay, Torvis, I'll go with Torvis. Just because he's the first one to sign up. I want to be fair. We'll get Torvis in here. Gotcha. You're in. Here we are. Beautiful. Nice. All right. Okay, queuing now. I'm gonna keep Chicago updated because Chicago wants to go eat, but I'm gonna deprive Chicago of food for 1 more game at the very least, just so we can have a proper match, and then Chicago can go and eat and all that. All right, Chicago. I'm not gonna hold you hostage here. There's a hook point, and we'll be good to go. Take DK, dude. I would love to, but I don't think Chopos is around tonight, man. Otherwise, I would. He would be the first person I would snag immediately. Don't even ask me that, dude. Don't even question me. Chilpos is a homie of mine. You know what I mean? Like when Chilpos was kind of like DMing me and was talking about DK, and he wasn't really in a particularly good mood. I felt bad, man. I was like, I felt like I want to give the man a hug, dude. You know what I mean? And I never met him IRL, but I feel like he's such a chill dude. Like, he's a passionate dude, but besides like passionate about the game, I think he's really chill outside of that. Raf, klásny mag, dá, mně to nравится skin duff. Это Seavark. To же самый. Skin duff says in chat, Raf, cool mage. Classy is a weird word. It's like, classy can be like awesome. I think awesome is probably the better word. Awesome mage. And I'm like, yo, that's Seavark, that's my boy. 4 rogues a match too many. Dude, 2 a team at least. Right? 2 a team. All 20s and they completed. Let's go, Jag, dude. Hell yeah. You got your hero? At this point, you gotta go for the title, man. Just because it's so easy. I see it. Oh my god, yeah. That thing is nutty. 2500. Let's go. So Twitch. Missing 1 over for the team 2, but hopefully they'll get a chance. We got ASUS calling on the team 1 with Aaron is gonna be first up. What is this mix and match thing going on? But he's playing that Outlaw, so I guess you are mix and matching even the rogue specs, right? Got ASUS Ralph in the back. I do like the Blood Troll set. I think it looks so good. We got Speed with a Pirate Pepe. We got ASUS Torvus joining in. I like the tabard actually. Where's this Mog? The Maldraxian set had a bit more tinge of purple in there. But you do kind of make it work. And with the weapon, that does kind of add to it, honestly. Makima going to be first up over for the team 2. On that team, we got ourselves Chicago in the back. We got ourselves Caster Meta as well as Erebus. 5th is missing, but the 4 of them are going to try to see if they can hold the fort as best as possible. I think they're waiting on you with the feds, right? They may even be still loading in, too. Erebus trying to see if he can put himself out in the open, and Makima takes advantage with a quick sap. What is this screen grabs you guys are doing? This is some BM into a Blade Flurry as Erlis does find the rogue since he's literally right next to him. Secret technique in the opener. Get a shot off of that. Try to see if he can maximize some damage. Just how much Makima could go for this some of his own as Erlis trying to build up a bit of damage. Going to be vanished for Makima. Where that blind does come out of stealth. What is something keeps putting you into out of stealth every single time though. I'm not really sure what, as Erlis does go for a blind cheap shot with a dance, trying to see if he can make a bit of a play. It's going to be a trinket out of Makima into an evasion for Erlis. Makima looking to dive back into reset. Erlis waiting for the eye as soon as possible. Will have a trinket for this next go. Cloaker shot is for Makima. Again, something keeps putting him into combat, but looks like Erlis either picked up the eye. I think he did pick up the eye to find Makima. He's going to go for a killing spree off of that kidney shot, trying to make some damage happen. Going to be Makima with an evasion. Erlis needs to wait it out for a little bit longer. Does have advantage in case he wants to. Just trying to avoid Makima shadow strikes. Makima knows next stun is going to be a trinket out of Erlis. Got himself pistols to at least keep him at bay. Disarm for disarm. Still has access to pistol shot at the very least, so he can just keep firing away. Got himself a roll of the bones. Decent buffs. Is going to be a trinket gouge to follow him. Have himself advantage right after with a shadow strike kidney shot. Is this enough right now? Barely has the damage, but I think he might just have just enough. Makima with a cheat death. Oh, with a blade flurry at the end. I like that. The Blade Flurry at the end, cleaving the rogue down. This is going to be Shadow Strike out of Erebus. And looks like you with the Fez does come back in. Airless, surviving a secret technique. I don't know how you live it. Gouge, Trinket, Cheap Shot, does have himself a dance. I don't know if he can turn this around somehow. Maybe another Cheap Shot, Kidney Shot. Does have himself evasion last second. Does get himself a little bit of a reset though. Force an invasion out of Erebus as well. I don't know if he have himself anything right now. Blade Flurry, trying to see if he catches himself a reset. Erebus, I don't believe Erebus has been able to get dots into Erebus, but Erebus does end up using up a lot of his defenses. Evasion as well as the Cloak of Shadows does burn at least one vanish. Versus Error, it doesn't have a trinket either. Erebus kind of find himself super low in health. Blade Flurry, good set of buffs actually. That's a fantastic combo. If you could just stay on Erebus, you'll be in a great spot. Trying to see if he could taunt Airless out in the open, does end up going for Shadow Strike, but he kind of wants to make it as fair with Duel. He's like, hey, I just want to kind of run up and just stun you out of left field. Kidney Shot was super DR'd. That or just like the no combo points. Kidney Shot reversal by Airless. Wait a second, slice it right through Erebus. Is this enough cheat death? Does he have it? Oh, Blade Rush at the end is what kills him. Well done. As Airless does try to make the Outlaw Rogue Warrior. Caster meta is going to be a pretty strong competitor though. Windwalkers versus Outlaw Rogues. I feel like in the past it was kind of like a back and forth. One is bursty, one is sustained without it being more sustained. And you could actually get yourself a victory. The fact that the Monk can get kidney shotted and locked down in the stun does give an Outlaw Rogue a chance here, but you really just want to stay into that melee sustained damage with a Monk, but you want to try to find a way to avoid his burst as best as possible. Airless trying to see if he can avoid Caster meta. Needs to be very careful with his trinket. Cloak of Shadows as well as evasion did end up Cloak of Shadows. The disarm to a dragon kick by Caster does get hit with a sap, as Airless is able to get himself another reset into a Shadow Strike opener. Could go for a kidney shot in cap before he gets himself a proper go. Caster just wants to make sure he got himself full reset. Next time is going to be a leg sweep. Kidney shot before he can get a chance for a killing spirit right after, as Airless trying to see if he can get some damage into Caster. Trying to kind of keep him out in the open. If he can go for those pistol shots and just do sustained damage, he'll be in a great spot. Is going to be Dragon Kick, does end up canceling it. Cheap Shot last second. If you could just keep the guy slow the entire time, and actually if you got Acrobatic Strikes, keep him out of that melee range, you'll be perfect, but that jab is just always going to let you reconnect. Blind to follow, as Errol is just going to wait out the Zoen a little bit. Use the calm points into the Zoen just to reset some of his own cooldowns as best as possible until next setup he got with a dance, maybe an ambush setup. Caster charging in, kidney shot, super DR, trinket out of Airless. Does he have an out for this one? I think that is maybe an evasion out of the rogue. No, not an evasion. He's just taking all damage full frontal and does go down. No cheat death, I don't think. That is unfortunate. Conan charging out versus Caster is going to be able to Zerker Rage out of that incap, as Caster does get at least one victory under his belt. Walking into Conan with plenty of defenses though. That is one thing that Outlaw has a hard time doing, just from experience, is unless you get some unless you get sustained damage, it is very difficult to get cooldowns out of the classes like monks. So you have to play it very sustainy, but if you just kind of staying next to the monk the entire time and he just kind of Fist of Furies you down, that also doesn't feel great at all. So you really just kind of gotta, I feel like, get pistol shot procs, just get in, Sinister Strike, walk away, let the pistol shots fly, and maybe that's the play you gotta do. Big karma onto Caster, by Caster meta, as Conan unleashes himself, not a full set of bursts, but just the Odin's Fury. As Caster looking to press the advantage right now, he's got himself a big defensive Conan, trying to see if he can play it super safe. He got himself big enrage regen in case he needs to, choosing to use the trinket right here. Big enrage right after, gonna be a board out of Caster, but doesn't go behind the pillar, kind of still out next to Conan. He's gonna be able to charge her into something right back in, rolls right after, maybe has himself a leap, does have a leap to reconnect yet another board, just trying to see if he can buy himself a little bit of a breather, but not being able to board behind the pillar does give him a little bit of a missed opportunity. Conan trying to see, I think, just trying to mount up at this point to chase after Caster meta, but he needs to establish the sustained damage as a Fury Warrior. He needs to get some pressure onto Caster and then keep that pressure rolling as long as possible, because that's where you're going to get a lot of that advantage. Fist of Fury locking down for just a second, got himself full burst of the ready into a shockwave. Caster meta with the disarm right after. Conan can't really do much about it. Going to be full burst of Caster meta. If you could disarm one of those Fists of Furies, that actually would end up helping you out a ton. That would deny a lot of the burst, but also the parry. Fear onto the burst, trying to see if he can break right through it with yet another Odin's Fury. It's going to be full Serenity. Lexi to Conan. Does he have an out for this one at all? He needs a heal right now, otherwise he's not going to be able to live this. Touch of death by Caster meta. Decided to use the execute ability either way though. Maybe could have delayed it, maybe could have let the fists and punches do work. I can dead zone him? Wait, I'm so smart. Wait, yeah, Airless, you actually can't dead zone him. It's very difficult because they have jabs, so they'll be able to like charge over to you, but if you're constantly running quick shiv, got slows, pistol shots or whatever, you actually can dead zone a monk right 3 yards away from the guy, you actually can. And I think that's what you kind of have to do. You have to dead zone him and just keep auto attacking him. It is rough, man. It is rough. In capital speed, this time it's a subtlety rogue, not an outlaw. Very much a burst spec that kind of very similar to Casameta. But Casameta, I'd say, mad damage to the speed. Look at that burst, by the way. While we're talking about burst, Cloak of Shadows, maybe for speed. That is a full karma. Does he just fight through the karma into Alexium? Trigger to follow cheap shot right after. DFA, trying to see if he can end it. Mad damage with the oh, mad damage with the DFA into a Vanished Shadow Strike, piercing past the monk. This man just went in all out. Just let his out drop to dangerous and low. Did not even panic. I was the one panicking more than he was. Was it Shadow Step? I was behind the wall. Was that a Shadow Step? I thought it was a Vanish Shadow Strike, actually. That's what I thought that was. I think with the Vanish Shadow Strike, it gives you a little bit more leeway, but maybe I'm wrong. Chicago, as an Elemental Shamansman this time around, got himself the Earth Elemental. Big old spiky shield, ready to go versus speed. Elemental Shamans are actually incredibly good for duels. Incredibly good. Compared to like enhancement. Well, I guess both of them are really good, but Elemental has the control, the knockbacks, the freezes, the roots. It's just so good against melee in particular. And against rogues too, it's really good there as well. Speed is going to go for Shadow Meld, looking for an entire reset. Let's see how Flame Shock's still rolling on him. I think he was able to avoid it well enough, just kind of getting beat up by the Earth Elemental, but mostly avoiding Chicago, focusing on avoiding the Shaman. But I think they are picking up the eyes though, right? Shadow Step by the Rogue. Chicago needs to make a play right now. Light and Lasted to lock down the Rogue for just a second as he goes in for an evasion. Not really sure what he's trying to evade with Chicago, but maybe, can you evade Burrow? Potentially. Kidney Shot to follow. Speed and no help whatsoever. He has to push in. Everything thrown in. Secret Technique. Big DFA. Trying to dodge an ACC. Mad damage on Chicago. Wait a second. We're through wall. Can you live it? Oh my god. It was so close. Speed did so much damage. This Rogue is just a missile. He was just ready to go. He was locked in. He was like, all right, I have no health. I'm just going to go in there. My God. Something about watching Airless and Speed play rogues, man, and how aggressive they are. It is a joy to behold, man. My goodness. But Torvus just finishing off the Shaman when he's got nothing left. Speed drained him of every cooldown, slamming it out of the way. You Were the Feds drop next, taking a lot of damage. Torvus just taking all that momentum from one Shaman into the next, and You Were the Feds needs to react right now. Mad Ascendance isn't going to be enough. Got himself the Guardian. The more damage you do, the more healing you get. But a bubble could just put a hole in your plans. It's going to be a bubble as you try to go for a knockback. Is your defensive going to be enough right now, though? Looks like it barely lets it live. Can you turn this around? Blind by the Paladin, got himself a wall looking for a bit of recovery. Light the Lasso does get a trinket out of it. Anyone could be, oh my god, and You Were the Feds does end up getting the kill. I don't even know how. How do you even do that? I am amazed and impressed and also a little bit confused why there's a health bar on the right hand side of his screen. But Roth is definitely giving you a chance right now to go for a proper, as close of an honor duel as you can. You don't have any walls available, but this is about as close as it can really give you like a proper honorable match. Let you at least recover full health so you stand some form of a chance. But it is an Arcane Mage though. A master of the arcane, master of polymorphs, master of the big blast as Rob just hits you with a full arcane surge into Ring of Fire, barrage, blinking right after you. Not gonna let you hide behind the pillar whatsoever. Missiles, trying to see if you can dodge your interrupts. I don't even know if you can even really get an interrupt. Trying to go bloodless into a heal just to give yourself more haste, but I think it's over. Touch the magic. Oh my god. Oh, that is so much damage. Caster meta just pick up 2 though. The rogues did do a really good job. I think it was like, was Airless? Did you fight 2 rogues there? I think Airless might have fought 2 rogues, or maybe somebody else. I need to double check that one, but that was a hell of a match. Just about everybody got to play, right? Let's go. Let's get us another one going here, yeah? Oh, sorry about that. Got a bit of a not a hiccup, but like, I guess a hiccup. Or a burp. Let's get us another one going. Trickster, Chicago, if you guys are ready, let me know. Chicago, write me real quick again. I don't know if I was ready from before or ready now. If we have spots, boys, I'll get you in. If we don't have spots, if everybody's ready to go, I'm just going to let them play again. I know, Kimbo, I see ya. Chicago is going to be bailing at some point. We could maybe swap Chicago in, get you in. But I think they also have rogues. But depending who leaves or stays, we could swap the boys around. Ready? Okay, Chicago wants to go again. We'll give you guys one more chance. Kevin, I think, might have started the second group. Potentially. Hold on a second. Kevin, where are you in chat? Should just left no point. Honestly, I do appreciate you trying. Honestly, I don't like when people just leave. I do like it when people at least give it a chance. Even if it's like, it's insurmountable odds, I think it's better just to like play it out, see what happens, right? Give it your best shot. That's how I feel. Kick all the rogues that have room. I guess that could work, yeah, if I did that. What arena did we do? Did we do Lordaeron? I'll try to do Lordaeron. Lordaeron. Okay, I think I got it this time. Nice. Shows this farming one. Farming one? Is he actually? Hell yeah. Let's go. I'm down. If you guys, I want to see if you can find one real quick. Does he have it in the, probably Shadowlands section? Yeah. Yes. Yes, we do have a group. Yes, Chills is forming one up. Raid's Legacy, type number 5. You'll see him there. There we go. That, or I don't know if you can whisper him, Ken Boy. Kevin, if you're in the chat, I can give you a name. If you DM me in Discord, I can give you a name that who you can invite, or tell Chills to DM me. I can give you a name to invite. Ken Boy is muted, but he said he'll be nice, so maybe get him in, give him a chance to play. There's Ken Boy. I'm not Ken Boy in the chat. He's right, like a couple of lines above you. I'm really gonna have to farm Vortex Pinnacle as an evoker. Wait, what do you need from Vortex? Hold on a second. Hey Dad, what's up? What's up, Cog? I'll say to my man. Hope you're having a good one. Welcome, 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 welcome. Unholy DK can wreck all. Well, we'll see if Triples can do it, yeah? If he's gonna play Unholy. Okay. Cool. Looks like I got a Baldur's Gate party tonight. Hell yeah. Alright, that would be interesting. So Twitch. Got us says, oh god. Let me see if I can close it real quickly. Now we're good. Got us says Torva's gonna be out and about on the mount that actually matches his mod, kind of. Look at this. We got a little bit of the turquoise in there too. And it's gonna be Makima. I can't tell if Makima is taking screenshots of the people to be toxic. Like, yo, I'm about to, take a screenshot of this guy. I'm about to destroy that man. Or if it's like you're just taking screenshots just because you want to capture these as memories of you in the duels. I can't tell. It could be one way or another. I'm going to assume it's a good one. Cheap shot into opener onto Torvitz. Does go for a wall immediately. Do you go with a secret technique? At this point, Paladin is committing a lot of defenses. Trying to see if he can make those wings with a big crusade work, but that's going to be secret technique into blind either way, though. Wait a second. You secret technique, then blinded? Is that what happened? Or the other way around? I'm not even sure. Actually, it had to be the other way around. Mad damage into Makima. Does go for Cloak of Shadows, looking for the reset. But Torvitz did end up building up a lot of bursts, a lot of damage. Makima summons keeping you out of combat. Trying to go for first aid. Final wreck. I don't even know how that didn't connect. Does go for a vanish. Wait, what? Is there a dot on you? What is happening? Wait, somebody's keeping you out in combat. What is keeping you in combat? Is there a dot? Is there some flame, shadow flame thing going on? What is even happening? But apparently Torvitz somehow had something on you that's putting you out of the shadows. I'm not even sure. Something definitely was doing work there though. Makima retreating, no vanishes available, had himself an evasion and a trinket maybe for later, trying to pick up some first aid as best as possible. As Torvitz, did it pick up eyes? If he didn't, he's definitely kind of moseying over to the other side of vibe. But do you pick it up? Do you not pick it up? Oh, he's not sure. He's kind of moving next to Conan. It looked like Conan was kind of going over towards the rogue. Wait, are you dotted? What is happening? Are you even not? What? I'm not even sure what's happening. Wait a second. Hold on. Okay, they're all bailing out of the room. They're kind of giving Torvitz a chance to find you. Looks like he did pick up the eyes. Stunned to Makima. Does not have a trinket to get out of this one. You don't have wings this time around, but still quite a bit of damage either way, though. Judgments are flying in every direction. Can't really do much about it, but everybody's giving as much space as humanly possible to fight in the arena. Makima does end up diving into another restart. Does end up waiting long enough to get himself another advantage. Still playing into the first aid. What is this first aid he got going on? Cologne before Torvitz can even get an AoE on you, but still does find you either way. Blind to follow him? Do you? I don't think you trinket, right? No, he's gonna end up smacking you. Shadow step by Makima. I think trying to go maybe for a setup. Cheat up to follow. I think it just might be over, right? Oh no, this is done. This Torvitz just cuts you down to bits. Who's up next? It's either gonna be Caster Meta, you with the Feds, Chicago. It is gonna be Chicago up next as an elemental shaman this time around. Last to follow should have plenty of mobility and plenty of knockbacks to deal with Torvitz as he goes in with a hand of freedom. Shield of Vengeance at the ready. Does he have a wall to follow? Maybe he could wall on top of it, blind onto the shaman as well as the fire elemental, but Chicago is trying to stay as mobile while in raptor form as best as possible, sprinting out of that situation. Torvitz without a hand of freedom is actually kind of pervious to all the CC from Chicago. The knockbacks, the roots are just going to be pretty deadly. Trover's trying to see if he can fight him, but the coalescing damage of the lava burst, the earth shocks, and frost shocks is just not that great to deal with. Hand of Freedom could remove it. Is going to go for Spell Ward, and nothing he can do to stop him. Chicago trying to go for a bit of retreat. Can't really do much right now. Could burrow. Actually, you can burrow and hit him with a physical damage, but maybe not enough. Trover's trying to see if he can crack right through. Chicago, big Earthshocks to follow. Got himself Primordial. Is that going to be Lava Burst to finish him off? Another Earthshocks right from Trover's trying to give himself a little bit more survivability. Light and Lasso just break out of it. This is going to be enough right now. Trying to see if he can just stay aggressive. And looks like Chicago does end up squeaking out of victory at the very, very tail end. So close, but almost did not get to take that one out of the game. My goodness, Speed going to be charging out on the Void Dragon. Wait, is that same bird? That is the same bird. I was thinking maybe you swapped them out. Trying to go for, I think, for an honor duel with Chicago. As much of an honor duel as Chicago's going to give him Flame Shock. Trying to go for a bit of a bow. I do like the honor duels. Look at that. I do like that knockback of the rogue. Is going to go for a re-stealth or Shadow Meld into a Shadow Strike immediately. Not even going to go for a proper reset. Gonna start using his cooldowns in order to maximize the damage. Condition on Chicago does have the Earth Elemental stun onto the rogue, has himself a Shadow Step to reconnect again. Allows it to stop him. No more trinket available for Speed though. The Earth Elemental is going to be able to protect Chicago, giving him a little bit of survivability, but may need more than that. My goodness, quick catch! Oh my god, Speed ruthlessly ran in and just slaughtered Chicago on the arena floor. That was crazy amount of damage on this man. My goodness, playing into the Flagellation Rogue too, with that Mastery built up. Oh my god, it's strong stun onto you with the Feds. Try to see if you can get away, but the Raptors are on you as best as possible. You with the Feds charging out, knocking the Rogue out in the open. Wait a second, no. He's still in stealth. It looked like maybe the Vanish, I guess, just kept him stealthy and just kept him hidden, even though he's getting thrashed around the arena. So for Speed, at least, it's a bit of a reset. Got himself quite a bit of recovery too. You with the Feds has not been able to commit too many cooldowns into the Rogue so far. So he still has himself the big one-shot go in case he ever needs to. This is going to be Shadow Strike. Out of Speed, literally reducing the totem down to bits. Actually, I've never really seen what happens to the Dark Iron totems. I didn't realize they just kind of grow underground whenever they get destroyed. As you with the Feds, DFA slamming down, does quite a bit of damage too. That is with the Curing Burst, trying to see if he can counter this damage to Speed. Evasion available, might be able to evade some of the Wind Strikes though. Can you evade Wind Strikes? Maybe, because it is all just nature damage, isn't it? Speed, maybe in a bit of trouble. You with the Feds technically has a lot of damage. You just got to zoom in all over the place. I can't even track that man. Knock back into Speed, but he's turning around to you with the Feds. Big eviscerates back to back. Can shot to lock him down. Not give him much of a chance. Is it Erebus next? It is going to be Erebus next, but Erebus at least giving Speed a chance to go for a reset. Wait a second. Are they switching it out? What is happening? Hold on. Airless now out the open. Wait a second. I actually like the Mog, by the way. Ooh, that looks good with the tabard and the weapons. Is it me, or does this enchant just look like it's just so in your face? You're just so heavy and busy. But it does look good. Speed picking up the eye, trying to see if he can find Erebus. Should be able to see him. Does throw in a shuriken, putting him into combat. It's going to be disarmed onto Speed. As Erebus naturally trying to stay aggressive. It's going to go re-stealth, but the man still has sight of you. He literally can see you even if you got your reset. It's going to go for backstep. Kiddish onto Erebus. Has a trinket for this one. Speed, does he trinket this? It's a lot of burst. Does go for a DFA to try to avoid Erebus. Try to avoid it in any kind of gouges or maybe a cheap shot. It's going to go for gouge of his own. The Erebus is on DR with stun, so Speed needs to be very, very careful. Does go in for the Vanish. So does Erebus. Does he put bleeds on each other maybe? Speed, kind of out stealth. He is trying to defend him nice, but if he gets caught out by Erebus right now, it could be in a bad spot. Has a trinket, definitely wants to maximize it as best as he can. Cheap shot, is this enough damage? Does he have enough? Secret technique to follow. Cheap shot into Erebus, eviscerates back to back. Does he have enough? It's trying to get him close enough. Disarm him to Speed. Does he have anything? Flagellation available. He's trying to build up whatever comp points he can. Chi-Death is going to hit him. Chi-Death for both of them actually. Hold on a second. Wait, no Speed, so hold on to his Chi-Death. It's going to be big shadow secret technique by Erebus though. Is there a bleed on Erebus? No, he does turn around onto Speed. That was close, but well done. Definitely well done either way though. Is it going to be Era this time? Man, all of these rogues rushing at one another. Blade Flurry is just trying to see if we can find Erebus out in the open. It's going to be eyes getting picked up. If Airless can fight and get through Erebus. Airless and Erebus, man. Two names that are so close together. Confuses my brain so badly. But if he can find a way to fight through Erebus, take him out and save a lot of his cooldowns for caster meta. He's literally taking a nap right now. He might actually see if he can stand toe-to-toe with a monk. Not an easy setup for Outer Rogues, but if he can do that max range him and outrange him thing, he could potentially do it. Erebus sees Error out in the open. The man is literally going to sleep. He's going night-night. And the guy just sees the dude. He doesn't want to take the opportunity. He's literally just going to go to the backside of the arena. He's not even going to risk staying even in the same, like, time zone as Airless. He's just going to back away from the guy and live in another zip code. Airless picking up another set of eyes. Maybe he just needs to get aggressive. If you can find an angle versus Erebus, maybe he can go for a grapple in. He could totally make something happen. Finds himself an angle, pistol shot, puts him in combat, blind immediately. Erebus does not want to fight him at all. Erebus is not interested whatsoever. Erebus trying to see if he can get back over them. Bled further gets him out in the open, trying to see if he can get some damage happen. Evasion out for Erebus, trying to see if he can avoid any of this damage. Erebus with a cheap shot could turn this around. Getting a shot, forcing a trinket out of Erebus, trying to get some damage in himself as well. Erebus with a vanish. And Erebus still out in the open. Erebus want to go in, maybe get some damage, but he's just still focusing on running. Does not want to fight him whatsoever. Eyes are down for either side of the arena. Airless wants to get in here, wants to have a match with him, but Erebus just does not want to do it. He's literally just wants to back the hell away. My goodness, is he just gonna wait for every cooldown? Is that what we're looking at here? Erebus, oh man. Rogues, am I right, boys? Am I right? Am I right? And you guys are just like, yeah, why do you hate rogues? Why do you make so many rules for rogues? And it's like, dude, we get games like this. This guy just doesn't want to fight. He's been running for a good, like, last, I want to say 3 minutes maybe. What's the cooldowns on him? He got his trinket back up. He used it. Vanish came back up. It's hard to track rogues cooldowns since they're just not really like 2 minutes anymore with the Vanish CDR. Big secret technique into Airless. Cheap shot to follow Erebus. Does he stay in? Looks like maybe. No, he just goes for reset yet again. He wanted to go for hit and run with Airless and then back the hell up, but a kidney shot, no way out for this one. Does Airless have enough damage? Trying to see if he can make some damage happen with the Dreadblades to follow. Gives him a lot of calm points that he can build up. Disarm onto Erebus. Has an evasion for this one. And Airless is looking to back the hell up. Blind to follow. Does he get himself an out for this one? I don't know if you're going to have him on DR. Sap? I'm surprised you caught a reset there, actually. But a sap is going to be clean. Maybe you wait enough for cheap shots. Erebus does not have a lot of health anymore. Cheap shot, is this enough? Do you take him? Trying to see if you can pistol shot him. Does get to pistol him. Now the question is, does Caster Meta give an opportunity to catch himself at least a full reset? Because if you can go back there and maybe pick up some mage foot, at least you can get yourself full health. At the very least. Or does he just charge at ya? I don't know. If he gives you like a proper chance, then maybe this could work. Wait. Does he want to fight Roth instead? Wait, no. No, he just wants to have Rob give him food. I don't think he actually wants to fight Rob. That's why I was surprised. I was like, wait, you actually want to fight? No. That's not why he's pointing at him. No, he's like, probably actually would rather fight Rogue, honestly. In fact, he probably would like to not fight Rob at all. God, that's a good Mog, man. It looks so good. It actually looks great. Oh my god. At least Airless, you get yourself a proper chance here, yeah? Shadow Strike opener onto Ambush opener onto Caster Meta. Does go for a Cloak of Shadows disarm. Does get to avoid him. What is this cubby hole you go into? I really don't like when you guys use the cubby hole. Does deny Airless his escape. The cheap shot to get past the Fist of Fury into a Vanish as he goes in for a Karma. This way Airless just needs to give himself a little bit of survivability. Trying to see if he can bail out of there. Maybe grapple hook. Big kicks. Oh, touches it. Does end up taking him out. Just needs to get a bit of damage onto the Rogue. Does go in for a bow at the very end, though, at the very least. Who's up next? Is it going to be Roth or is it going to be Conan? Looks like it is Conan charging out next. Caster Meta. Might need to, yeah, I was going to say, you might want to reset up your little port back up here. That's going to be Conan charging out, trying to see if he can deny you that as best as possible. Does go for a stunt. Wait, you're just going to run? Wait, no, I think you were maybe lagging or something else. I'm not even sure. Does go for the charge. Caster Meta with the port. Does get himself from that cheesy little reset on that little platform where the candles are. Is going to go for Ring of Peace, using that to escape, trapping up Conan there right now. Does try to go for a charge, but that little escape that you can use, that little escape room, that's actually kind of interesting, actually. That's another spot where you could use a Ring of Peace tool. Honestly, you couldn't share. Fist of Fury locking down Conan for just a second, trying to see if he can back up out of there. Leg sweep. Conan does trick it out of it. Catching the Caster Meta with a disarm. Is going to be disarmed back of the Warrior, though. Caster does not really need his weapons to fight except for Fist of Fury. That's the only ability he really needs his weapons for. Stormbolt, I think it's over, right? There's just nothing you could do at the end. Well done, well done. My goodness. Ooh, was it just rogues that really get to play that match? I think it was just a lot of rogues, wasn't it? Crazy. Give dishonor to the person who stays in South every city. Man, yeah. Oh, I like this. This little like this little village that we have here. I like that actually a lot. I feel like those things will stick around a little bit longer, so more players could appreciate these. That looks great. Night King, once in. We gotta get the boy in here as soon as possible. Chicago, Seavark, it looks like, or Trickster rather, you were ready. Chicago, let me know if you're ready. I'll figure out which one of you guys get to go first. That or Chicago, if you want to bail, get you some food, my guy. Now would be a good time to do it. If you want to bail, get you some to eat, do your thing. We can bring in chill pills and we could rotate groups like that, yeah? That could also work. That could also work out. So let me know what you want to do. Can I play? Give me a chance. Need one? Hold on. Chicago does need a +1. Ooh. Invite. What I can do is at least I can open up the group. If you guys do have a spot for a rogue, you can maybe get Kimboy in here. If there's a rogue spot available. If there's a lot of rogues, then I mean, I think made food during scary rogue. Okay. Fair enough. Dueling. Alright, sounds good. Oh, you mid duel? Okay. Chicago, I got a name for you, okay? Do this. Just try to see it when you get a chance. I'm gonna message you the name. When you're done dueling, invite him, okay? No. You guys still got 2 rows, caster meta. Wait, you're monk. Wait, no, we actually got a spot now. Hold on a second. I can get you in. I could actually put you in. We don't have 1 rogue. Invite. Tier. I don't know what you got silence for, my guy, but behave? I don't really know. Maybe it's not even warranted. Did it work? Target is unfriendly. Are you alliance? Yeah, you're a rogue. It's always something, huh? I'm gonna ask to see if Makima or Caster Meta or you with the feds, if you guys are all alliance, can you maybe see if you can invite, suggest them? Because you guys are alliance, I'm horde. It says to me target is unfriendly. Otherwise in LFG it would have worked and everything. I'm probably gonna get like, there we go. Cool. You guys stick around real quickly. I'm gonna pass the lead back to Chicago. Did we get you in? It said join. Okay, cool. We're in. Awesome. I think we gotta go. All right, let me do this. Because I was originally gonna go Trickster versus Night King, but I feel like a coin flip would be the most like fair way of determining who should go first, who should go last. All right, 50-50. We'll make it that Errorless is, since he's a rogue, he gets the tail end of things. Yeah, Errorless, rogue, tail, and Chicago heads. Chicago heads. There we go. We'll get Chicago first then. We'll get Chicago and then we'll get Trickster right after. How does that sound? It's as fair as it can be. A dinner match. We'll do Night King and Chicago 5. What are we gonna do? We do at this point Dalaran sewers, another in a grand maybe. Let's do another in a grand, dude. Not a frog. Yeah, that's why it wasn't letting me invite you. I was just like, okay, you can't invite through LFG. All right, finally got. Okay, we'll get you in once we get a spot. Okay, finally, Trill Rogue joined an Outlaw. Yo, I want to see Trill play the Outlaw, man. I want to see Trill play that Outlaw. I am actually very interested. Very interested. We need to have both Error and Trill playing that Outlaw, dude. Why don't you just go win 1v5? That would be insane. That 5% buff, dude. Don't even need it, honestly. Alright, let's go getting teams win. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, we'll get Night King versus you Airless after this one. So your team with Seawark and everybody stay together. You guys will get a chance to play. Who goes first? So we do a slash roll. Highest to lowest normally. We usually do a slash roll to see highest to lowest and you figure it out amongst yourselves. That's usually what we do. Unless the teams have like a different like method. But whatever method you guys choose is whatever method you guys choose. I don't really like... If you want to do something different, mix it up a little bit, you're more than welcome to. I've had people before like be like, hey guys, my first time, mind if I go first? Just like, I get the feel for this or whatever. Some people have done that in the past and been perfectly fine. Want to guess what position? 1. Literally last. Dead last, isn't it? That's how it was last week, man. Every single time. You were lowballing us on rolls. So Trish. Got ourselves Anthrophyte, is that the name? Gonna be going for, oh, I like the classic mage look. Gonna be caster meta first off the bat as an arcane mage, trying to see if he can blast through caster, but it's gonna be a nice block immediately as soon as he got the arcane damage coming up. Dead last roll that's head. Oh no, dude. At least you're rogue, right? You don't really need healing with a dampening. Gonna be a big blasters out of Anthro, but I don't really know what they can really do right now. Ice block is down, trying to go for a bit of invis. If caster meta finds it right now, they're definitely gonna be able to take it down. Trying to go for the arcane surges, but just couldn't quite make it happen. I think you gotta use the mobility while you're casting. You gotta be moving while casting or something. That is rough, but caster does end up taking it down. On that team too, we got us Makima on the sub-rogue. We got us a tier as well with you with the feds and Chicago as double enhancement, shamancement. With, it looks like Kevin gonna be up next over on the team one. You know what? As sour as Shadowlands was an expansion, I do like the purple Void Walker thing. Or Death Walker. I do like the model of those things. Also, model of this thing look absolutely awesome. I love the extra stuff. A lot of people wish it could fly though. In the expansion, we have dragon riding, getting a mount for chaos, something that looks like this, that can't even fly. It's like, when am I ever gonna use it? We got Light Messiah joining on the team one, as well as Shilpos with Trill on the rogue. With caster meta, not really charging out Kevin, but neither is he either as well. Massive wings for it. Honestly, I feel like if they added one for like season 3, season 4, I'd be cool with that too. But it would be cool if they were to like go back and at least give him some wings. Big damage into caster meta as the man is gonna back up out of there. Horse available for Kevin, trying to see if he can catch up to caster. It is gonna actually force everything out of the guy except for his personal defenses, but the big emergency spore cloak does get to activate as Kevin trying to see if he can stay on top of caster meta as best as he can. Full crusade wings blaring. He wants to get back in there. Ramped up a lot of that damage, wants to keep it trucking. There goes the blessing, potential blessing of protection maybe. Bubble instead, no, as the karma comes out. Try to see if he can stay on top of the monk as best as he can as the Vivifys come out. Caster looking for a bit of catch up. That mobility compared to a paladin, you can't really compete. Charging right in, if you're ready. Kevin maybe could go for a stun. Does go for a stun. Caster looks like he's lagging really badly. That or it's me into a war supper after. Does burn a trinket as Kevin got himself big shield of Vengeance ready to go. Dampen harm for Caster as he also goes for diffuse magic. All the damage reductions just kind of swirling together on top of one another, trying to reduce and damage, increases chances of winning. Kevin with the lay on hands, does he have enough? Big damage for it. Oh man, finisher. Oh my god, the seal. I know that it's been an entire like a year that we've had that talent of what is it, the final verdict, last verdict, but the range on that thing still every single time just like is still like throws me off, man. Every single time, it's always further than I think it is. It's just literally a range class at that point. As you with the Fed's gonna be up next, trying to see if you can just zip the damage right through Kevin as fast as possible. Wait, what is Makima doing over here? What is happening? You're just dead. Wait a second, what is going on? Why is Makima dead? As Kevin trying to see if he can fight right through with the feds. Kevin kind of left with no big immunities, but he does have a shield of Vengeance at the very least. Stun onto you with the feds, but the root keeps him steady as the knockback comes out. We are gonna have to figure out what just happened with the Makima a little bit after. Was it just like over there attacking people or something? I'm not even sure, as is going to be shield of Vengeance ready for Kevin to try to see if he can maybe keep the pressure versus you with the feds while available. Does himself full crusade wings. If he can just ramp up a little bit more damage. Lasso, keeping him kind of low. Trinket right after. Maybe can give himself some big damage. He's one more big ghost stone. Oh, no way. No way they just slammed each other out of the game. No way they just did that. What is going on here? Chicago trying to see if they can maybe catch back up and get Makima up. I think Chilpos may object to it. What did he do, Chilled? What did he do? If he did something, Chill's not gonna let this rest happen. He's letting it happen. He's letting it happen, but he doesn't like it. He doesn't like it when Chicago just like, uh-oh, I might be in trouble. What did Makima even do? What is happening? But that was so good though. The Paladin versus Shaman. I don't want this this little PvE interaction to take away from any of this. Wait, is it gonna be Chicago versus Chilled next? Oh my god, they're just going in there. Chill summoning the entire army of the undeads, grounding totem up really early for Chicago. Lasso right around the corner as he's just gonna dip behind the pillar for just a minute. Zapping right through Chill for a second. Stun right after with a full strangulate. Army of the dead gets supported by a big old arbiter firing from above. But Chill trying to get all these dots, all his slows under Chicago, trying to keep the army of the undead at bay with the Sunder, but looks like it is actually starting to overpower Chicago, getting clawed and gnawed and infected from every single angle. The mages of the dead blasting you out. The Arbiter got a right set up into a full silence. I think for Chicago, it just might be over. Do you have an execute? I was gonna say, if you just have an execute to Chicago, no, he doesn't. He'll try to go for the death call at the very end, but looks like maybe Chicago got himself a little bit of survivability. Wall is available. Could use this wall to survive this, but it's gonna be a full another army onto Chicago, blasting him out. Chilpo's trying to pick up a little bit of health. Dampening is getting kind of high into this match. Burrow for a second as he's just trying to hide from all his troubles into a knockup for just a second. Stumping the pet into a clawing shadows by Chill Pills. With I think it was gonna be Tier up next. Is it just double rogue left? That was quick. No, I guess it was like what Shaman, double Shaman in Windwalker. I guess that makes sense actually. Chill's gonna have to find a way to fight the tier. It is a sub rogue right now, full kidney shot, secret technique most likely. Pre-AMS is a secret technique, so you actually can reduce quite a bit of that secret technique shadow portion damage. Stun onto tier, but he was ready to go behind the pillar. Chain of Ice immediately, letting him just fully rot down to the dot, the pet as well. If you can get some clawing shadows around the corner here and there, honestly, if you can just do damage to the rogue from a distance without really touching him, you're going to be in a great spot. The rogue goes in for a reset. No dots are left on him. No clicker shadows was used that time either. Blind into the rogue, he's going to go for a bit of a slow. As Chill is going to have to play the slow game. Let the pets do a little bit of that work. Just let him do a little bit of that. The ghoul gets exploded, sacrificing it, picking up a little bit of health of his own. Death and decay for the rogue. She can shot right out. Does have an IBF for this one to break out of the stun with an icy defense. As Cloak of Shadows is available for tier. Vanish getting used with that Cloak of Shadows. He's trying to find himself the final probably escape. Still has himself a Shadow Meld, but he could potentially get himself the final. I don't even know how you're going to resell with a Shadow Meld at this point. Chill does pick up a little bit of food by the looks of it. Stun onto tier, has a trinket available. It's going to be the ghoul bumping up into a full monstrosity. Maybe can go with the stun with the ghoul. Big damage on the tier. Army of the Dead joins in. It's going to be death calls back to back. Clawing shadows just claws the rogue back into hell as Chill goes in for him. A death packed with death itself just to give himself a little bit more health. Makima trying to find an angle. Chill better be very, very quick on the draw here. AMS should be used immediately. He knows the rogues are going to go in for a secret technique at some point. Shadows up to one of the ghouls by the looks of it. Secret technique does get absorbed into the AMS, but still, your health is still in jeopardy. Got himself double the shield, stealing some health from rogue as he dives in super, super low on health. Needs a blind, needs a stun, needs everything he can to survive this cheap shot onto Chills, trying to go for death strikes whenever he can. But at this point, this high dampening, you're barely healing right now. Any defense you could use helps you out a ton. Blind onto the rogue, eligible to give himself a little bit of healing. Definitely needs to get a slow onto the rogue as best as possible. Keeping dots on him, let the pet attack him. Is going to empower the pet as the rogue goes in for advantage. Maybe Death Indicate to get him out in the open. Cheap shot, super, super DR, maybe gives it a chance. Army that he joins in, so if you can maybe keep the rogue, force him into the shadows, force him into the stealth, let the army claw him down. He needs to escape or he's just dead right now. Wait, actually, maybe no, hold on, he doesn't have a advantage. Oh! And Chills does it and bringing it back for his team. By the way, Tabard, I think it just matches perfectly. I think we found the perfect set to match the Mog. I don't think I've ever seen a more perfect Tabard than a perfect set right now. That looks incredible. Oh my god. Chills does bring it back with 4. I feel like Chills was guaranteed a 4-0 last week, but then it was denied from him with lag. He had a guaranteed maybe 5-0 even, but then it was just ripped away from him. And there goes that 4-0 that he needed from last week, the one he deserved. All right, let's get chilled. We got Trickster in here next. I do want to get you guys back in as soon as possible. We'll see if Trill rolls more than a 10. Trill, are you playing Baldur's Gate? Because with your rolls, I feel like you're rolling natty ones, man. I've been playing Baldur's Gate. It's been an absolute blast. But they at least they have a feature in Baldur's Gate called Karmic Dice to make sure you don't roll like really, really bad over and over. If you do end up checking out the game, I have not. It's so... If you play like anything Valerian, right? If you play Divinity Original Sin 2 at any point, I think you would love this one. I'm a big fan of what they did. I'm a big fan of this game, having a lot of fun. They have this feature called Karmic Dice so you can roll low. They may want to add something like that into WoW, dude, because sometimes you could just roll like crap buffs and like out of the road constantly. Absolutely just RNG fiesta. What are we going to be doing next? It's going to be not Chicago. It's going to be a Trickster. 5. Rook. Okay, I'm trying something new. I want to see you on Frost, if possible. I would love to see you as Frost, because we've only seen Frost once, and I'm just like still so like hung up about it. Or we're going to see you do some Frost. Yo, were you there, Seawork, or did you see the when Riz Daddy on EU was playing some Frost? I mean, that guy popped off. I don't think he had the best matchups, but he did really, really well. My goodness. Ever since that day, it was just like, you're playing Icy Veins. He played, what is it? It was the Ice form, right? The one that makes you like immune to stuns against rogues. Oh, it's so good. Plus, it's a much shorter cooldown and it gives you like the procs. You're not really playing some Frostbolt gameplay anyway. Probably the haste is better with the Icy Veins, but it's just the short cooldown of it and more uptime. I think it ends up being like much better for that 15%. Lost damage increase. I'm sure it's like reducing PvP though, but like the one that early provides. Alrighty, let's get us another going. Another chance for Team 1, boys. I'm gonna get a different song going, just because this one's basically winding down. Ah, that's pretty good. So Twitch, Light Messiah first up over for the Team 1. My camera kind of did a weird thing just now. With Airless going to be first up as the Outlaw Rogue. Not the easiest matchup right now, as Dread Pallies generally have a 1-up on the Outlaw. It's going to be minute to get out of Airless. Got himself full Dread Blades at the ready with Dance and everything available. He got himself lots of finishes so he can just keep burning back to back into Messiah, as he's trying to give himself a little bit of survivability. Cloak of Shadows is getting rotated. I think Evasion has already been used. That is also going to be his Spore Cloak though, so every defensive is getting applied here. Light Messiah is kind of lowish on health. If Airless can somehow back away, force Light Messiah to go for a casted heal, if he's even playing a casted heal, that would be fantastic, honestly. I keep rolling the lowest little bit for you. You got that troll luck right now, dude, honestly. Airless trying to see if he can pick up a little bit of health while Light Messiah is out looking for the rogue shadow step to get around him. Good blind, good move, but Airless is already right behind, just stepping away from the crime scene essentially. As Light Messiah into a Shadow Strike opener, Airless trying to see, doesn't really have much to work with right now. Cheat Death may end up getting procced out unless Light Messiah just got biggest damage right now. Kidney shot last second. I honestly was expecting for that last bit of triple combo Wake of Ashes to just like pierce right through him. Even through Cheat Death. I feel like Cheat Death sometimes just doesn't even work as a rogue. Like, you think it's gonna do something, and it just never procs. This doesn't happen. I honestly feel like it's probably like you get hit by a bunch of little hits, and one of those eats Cheat Death, but then little hits just keep fighting right through you, and it just makes it much harder to get through. Gonna be mad blessing of protection right now for Light Messiah. That's a pretty big immunity. If Airless can maybe escape this right now, that would be at least a defense that you forced out of the Paladin. Trying to see if he can maybe dive behind the bend. Is gonna go for a quick sap onto Light Messiah. At this point for Airless, it is a rough situation to be in. No Cloak of Shadows. I don't know how you're doing on evasion. Even if you do have an evasion, that kid Hodge, you're just gonna deny you the full go entirely. Got himself at least kidney shot onto Light Messiah. Full Dreb, at least a drone rush at the very least. Big stun to Airless. I think it's just over, right? Yeah, Cheat Death out. Not much you can really do in that situation. With Torvis charging in, Paladin versus Paladin, trying to see if he can maybe get himself a big go. He got himself full Crusade versus Light Messiah, who actually got himself only normal wings right now. So maybe, I think Torvis definitely has himself the biggest ham burst, but Light Messiah has a far better consistency. If he can just combine a little bit of survivability together with like consistent damage, I think honestly he could come out on top. Trying to see if he can maybe turn around to Torvis, but the man has built up quite a bit of damage. Bubble out of Light Messiah. Torvis might just want to bubble as well, trying to see if he can hold on to as best as possible. Doesn't go for the Trinket. Spell Warden. Light Messiah does not have a lot of physical damage under his belt, so he's backing up out of there, but there is an immunity either way. Torvis's wings are down, so for Light Messiah, that's actually a good situation to be in. This is where Torvis would have wanted to land the kill during the big Crusade, and that's going to be Torvis, I think, paying the price right now. Stun. Wait, maybe turn this around. Wait a second. Hold on a moment. Maybe Light Messiah still has a chance right now, trying to get himself a little bit of recovery. Torvis looking to chase, but still also kind of low on health. He does have a bubble coming back up very, very soon. Does Light Messiah? He doesn't have a blessing protection, nothing. Torvis, does he get to bubble here? Light Messiah, unless you get the kill within seconds right now, I think Torvis is going to be able to bring a bubble back up online and take it down. There goes the bubble. Light Messiah, looking to live. Shield event is getting burnt very, very quickly. Shield about to pop. Does he have a wall on top of this one? Just trying to see if he can get away from Torvis while the immunity still holds. Got himself a lay on hands, so actually maybe turn this around stun, but Torvis is going to be a human racial out of light though. Blasted him out with a Wake of Ashes, cleaving him down. Does bring him back yet again. One more for his team, with Conan going to be up next, charging in as a Furious Warrior. With Light kind of left, with nothing left, this is going to be wings that you can maybe take into the Warrior though, but wings compared to Crusade wings, normal Avenging Wrath wings, are just not nearly as effective in slamming somebody down. They're great for consistency, but not enough just to overpower somebody. Whereas Crusade can build up a little bit extra damage and go for a full overpowerment at a cost of being able to use them only every 2 minutes instead of every 1 minute. So Conan leaping in, got himself Avatar, stun into light, trying to see if he can stay on him as best as possible. He is going to be able to out-sustain this Paladin easily if he can just stay on him, but the Hand of Freedom together with the Hand of Hindrance keeping Conan behind as Light able to find himself a bit of a breather for Conan. He's able to get himself lots of healing anytime he's away from Paladin. So right now, it's really up to Light Messiah to find himself victory. He got himself defensive Shield of Vengeance, needs to use it immediately. Does he have wings coming back up? Does have wings to use them offensively or defensively? I think you have to go full offense. Stone into Conan, does have a trinket, but he can't use it. He uses Human Racial earlier in Rage Regeneration, trying to see if he can just live past the Paladin's damage. Stormbolt right after, charging right in into a Shockwave to follow. I think maybe yard each other a little bit, but trying to keep the pressure on the Paladin as best as possible. Disarm to follow. Light trying to squeeze out a victory out of this one, trying to squeeze out every single caster deal as best as he can. Wall being used for that damage reduction, but at this point he just spent 57 seconds left until a bubble is back up. And I don't really know if he's going to be able to live long enough for that one. Conan, because Light is not playing aggressively, Conan's able to get himself fully topped off. It's just a warrior threat that's constantly ever present, just constantly full on health. Not going to give you a chance to really get a proper reset whatsoever. Reflect back into Light Messiah, the misplay right now, and give Conan an opportunity just to go all in. Trill is going to be up next, trying to see if he can slice and dice past the warrior. Get a shot as the trinket comes out. I'm not really sure what a trinket is, maybe a blind? Or a gouge potentially. It is going to be cheap shot onto Conan and Stroll, trying to see if he can reverse the damage. Got himself an evasion, and this is going to be Shockwave, which is able to pierce past the evasion. Bleeds onto Trill, trying to keep the pressure onto Conan as best possible. Build the damage, trying to stay on him. Use an evasion, and this is going to be able to puncture right through the barbarian armor, lack of armor really. As he's trying to see if he can fight through him. Blizzard down as Route, trying to see if he can catch up to Trill before Religious gets an opener. Blink to follow Breath right after is going to have himself a hell of a time versus the mage. Has a trinket, Cloak of Shadows. In fact, he has everything but some defensive cooldown, offensive cooldowns. In fact, it's going to be a grapple to follow, as it's going to be a full frozen orb. Big damage and rough actually, but he has himself all the time, so you should be okay. Into a shadow melt for vanish for Trill. No, not a shadow melt, just a proper vanish. Going to be a blizzard. Does he Cloak of Shadows this one? Full silence on a Trill, actually full stun rather, is going to become frozen into a gouge to interrupt the shift in power. Trying to see if he can back away from the rogue, as the rogue trying to stay as aggressive as possible. Feint, does get himself a shadow mode for a second, grapple over. Trying to see if he can dodge the Nova, does get to avoid the Nova, I don't even know how. Ice Block is going to try to go for a stun on the pet. At this point, Trill needs to have himself an answer. Blind, ready for Roth immediately, does get himself a Nova onto Trill, but Trill is still stuck in the open. Does catch himself a sap though. I am so surprised this man is still alive right now. I feel like as Outlaw, you normally just don't have nearly the same mobility as Sub versus a Mage. So staying on him as best as you can, it is more difficult. Glacial does get to interrupt it. Roth does have himself a back blink as well to reverse it. I think also an older time as well, right? I believe he does. Picking up the eye to try to see if he can find the rogue. Trill is waiting out for that all the time as best as he can. Pistol shots from a distance into a frozen orb flurry right after. I think there's nothing he can do. Yeah, it is rough, man. That's a rough one. Atrophy going to be up next, trying to see if he can charge out towards Rob. Going to be a polymorph right after, as he goes in for a second poly in case Atrophy goes in for a trinket. And Roth looking to get himself some cooldowns back. Got himself Ray of Frost behind the pillar. The mage is taking lots of damage. The beam is just blasting right through. He has himself combustion. I think Roth trying to see if he can maybe spell steal it. I don't think he'll be able to. There's going to be a big fire blast back to back. Atrophy got himself all the time. Does he put himself up on a high end or a low end all the time? Trying to see if he can spell steal Roth's all the time. Trying to see if he can maybe freeze the other mage. Breath to follow. Does get a trinket in. I think it's going to be frozen. It's going to be ice block for Roth, though. Has to play super defensive, but he's getting himself a bit of a reset just now. I'm swapping the wrong person. I'm so sorry. But Roth trying to see if he can bring it back for his team. He's still got Kevin to get through. Chill pills as well as Atrophy. Just needs a couple of globals for Atrophy. Got himself the cauterized ice block right after. Able to force that quite a lot. Blizzard, frozen orb, everything. You can't come out of your ice block. You're just stuck there. You are permanently encased in the ice block. And he's trying to make sure to just layer more sheets of ice on top of it. Flurry as you try to escape. And Rob just pushing in. Ring of Fire, I don't think it's going to be enough to deny Rob. Just goes for a Nova from a distance with a Frozen Elemental. Just goes in for some damage. Chill Pills trying to see if he can grip in Rob as a Frosty Death Knight versus a Frosty Mage Poly, knocking him back and actually makes some distance. Rob does not have much health to really work with. What is it dot that kept ticking down on you just now? Was it Shadow Flame? or was it just the Fire Mage Mastery? Roth looking to catch up a little bit of health. Chiple's charging in. Death and Decay around the corner. Roth is going to have to be very, very careful with the CC AMS to try to see if he can deny any of this. Blinking away. Does he have a way out? Looks like Ultra Time was used really, really early. Trying to see if he can drop down all the AoE onto Chills. And I think Chills knows he wants to stay there for the for the Ultra Time. Trying to see if he can maybe get DK frozen. Trying to go for maybe a freeze. IBF to break out of the freeze ahead of time. Brett to follow. Rob trying to slow him down as best as he can. Big Bliss to follow. Nothing he can do at the end there. That is rough. If only he's got himself a little bit more of an hour than this. If he got himself a complete reset, maybe set down to get himself a little bit of food, anything whatsoever. But Chills was not going to let him out of his sight that easily. Chills up next with speed them. Evasion up for the Rogue. Dropping down IBF, AMZ. Trying to use every defensive he can. Might just be a death pack right now. Trying to use whatever he can to deny the death pack for a bit. But at 52% dampening, Death Strikes ain't gonna do nothing for you. Speed just needs a couple of globals. No more evasion for the Rogue. If you can stun him right now, that'll be perfect. I don't know if Chills is running the AoE stun. Yes, he is. Cloak out of the Rogue right after with the Trinket to follow. Chills may need to use Dark Pack here. It's gonna be a short stun. Onto the Rogue for a second. Blind right after. And I think at this point, do just stay on him? I think you may want to. Got himself full deep breath with a full pet. Cheap shot to follow. Cheat Death right after. Nothing you can do. Or not Cheat Death. Secret Technique right after. Kevin Lasso left over for the Team 1, trying to see if he could charge out towards speed. But the Rogue, he's kind of left with nothing really left. Vanish available, and that's really about all he's got. Shadow Meld as well. Cheat Death blind, so maybe he can make someone work. Kevin trying to see if he can deny him. The reset, stun, no Trinket. I think it's over. Unless Cheat Death does not screw you over. Wait a second, Cheat Death blind. Trinket, War Stomp. Wait, he does get to escape it. He does get to escape it. Honestly, I thought War Stomp would get you out for a second. Wait a second. Kevin's still holding on to his big immunities. He's got himself the biggest burst ever, but he's kind of scouring for the Rogue, looking for him, but the Rogue has already made it out of there. He left the crime scene, trying to go for a bit of recuperation back here. If only he had a proper recovery at this point, right? Got himself food at the very least. Trying to see if he can just stress, eat the pressure away right now. As we hit in that 11-minute mark, 60% dampening. The Paladin knows more or less where the Rogue is at. He's actually literally right on him. He's got a good sense about it. Shadow Strike around the corner. Flagellation. Speed is just going to commit everything. Into Blessing Protection. Can't really stop it. It's going to be a big wake of Ashes. Speed needs to find a way to escape. Using Shadow Steps in order to try to see if he can avoid him. Almost getting the proper juke. Smoke Bomb. Stun into Speed. He tried his very best. He could have stayed in stealth for like literally ever. But he did just let the game run out at that point. That was so close, man. So close. Who got the most kills even? Gotta go, you guys. GG's. Yo, thank you so much for coming by. See you. I appreciate you, my man. Appreciate you, my guy. Alrighty, let's see who else is ready. Do we get Chupas maybe like Uno Mas one more run versus like Chicago, I guess maybe? If the still are there. Because I might just call it there after this. I'm kind of feeling hungry myself, honestly. Kind of feeling like food myself as well. Ready? Yo, Dow GG's. Thank you so much for coming by, Error. Thank you so much, my guy. TY for coming by, my guy. Always a pleasure to have you. Thank you so much. Everybody who was on Team Airless, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for popping in. Appreciate you. One more, we're all here. So Trickster is going to be gone. Seawork is gone to Chicago, I think. Ready to shield pills. I need that reverse shield. Okay, we could do it. We could do it. Hold on a second. Chicago 5 Blade's Edge, right? Blade's Edge. Wait, hopefully I got it right. Hold on. Wait, maybe I got it wrong. Whoa, hold on. Did I get the wrong team in? No, I got the right team in. No, mine. We're good. I thought for some reason I had Trickster still written in. I usually use this like Alt up when I tap in the chat, and it picks up like my last thing I entered into the chat. And I was pretty sure I entered Chillpill's team versus Trickster, which is errorless. But no, I corrected it. For some reason I thought I had it wrong. Alright, boys. Probably one last one for the night. Gotta go. Some amazing matches. Yo, thanks so much for coming by, Mike. Appreciate you, my man. Okay. I got one more. Okay, cool. And then I'm gonna get some food. I'm gonna dive into a sesh of Baldur's Gate. We'll see how it goes. I haven't got to play Baldur's Gate multiplayer at all so far, so this could be really fun. I was thinking play Wild Magic Barb or Wild Magic Sword. I'm not really sure. I'm not 100% yet. Which? Gonna be Chill Pills first up, and then Holy Death Knight versus, who's it gonna be? Caster meta? Man, one of the lesser mobile classes versus one of the most mobile classes in the game. Wait a second, no, actually, never mind. It's going to be Chill Pills versus Chicago. A bit of a rematch between the two off the bat. I like it, actually. It's going to be a full army of the undead summoned. Chill Pills may have to start rotating defenses. That is a lot of pressure by the enhancement shaman, who used all of his defenses really early. Blew the load off the bat. Chill Pills trying to see if he can deny having to use anything besides an AMS in this one. He does end up using his runic weapon in order to give himself a little bit more resources. Silence on the Chicago while the army of the undead blasted out Chicago. Has himself a little bit of burst still to this day. Stun to follow, knocking up all these goals up in the air for just a second, and Chilpus is on the retreat for just a moment right now. As Chicago focusing on defense as best as possible. Plenty of mana available. Looks like they got himself a pretty good setup in order to survive this. Chilpus with yet another AMS does go for the IBF, and it's going to be emergency healing as they try to see if we can siphon some health from Chicago, as it is going to be full ascendance out of the hand of Shaman, committing everything just to take down Chilpus. May have to go for a death pack right here. Blind on Chicago as the Shaman just keeping himself completely healthy. Just so much pressure and so much self-survivability. Trying to see if he can root Chilpus out. Is going to sacrifice the go for just a second. May need a second one. Death pack may need to come out right here. Got himself the AMZ in order to reduce some of the magic damage taken. There goes the death pack. And Chilpus trying to see if he can end him right now. Raptors joining in. Trying to go for a knock-up on the Chilpus. But the mana just left with not much left. AMS is available. Last ditch effort right now. Trying to see if he can send in those death calls over at Chicago. But at this point, he just needs looking for mobility. Sunder to follow. I think it's just over. Silence for just a second. You still have Storm Strike. He's going to do quite a bit of damage. Army does get to join in. If you could just keep Chicago at bay with that army, does summon up the ghoul. Is going to get him fully empowered. If you could just keep him slow and let the ghouls do the work, you may be able to make something happen. Try to see if you can juke out the shaman as best as possible. The ghouls finally did get to come over there. One of them does get rooted out in the open. As Chilpus going back in, full cooldowns available. Wait a second, full stun. Chicago does have a trick coming up as well. AMS almost ready for Chilpus. Needs the AMS right now. Got himself plenty of resources to get some death strikes back to back. Blind as the ghouls fade away. Has himself AMS, willing to use a very defensively right now. It's going to be AMS. Chicago, if you have the Storm Strikes, if you have the Wind Fury damage, if you have anything that's physical to puncture through the defense, now will be your time. Going to be a Lichborn for Chilpus. Got himself a little bit of leech, a little bit of that survivability. Looking to use the death calls that he picked up in order to keep himself alive. I don't know if he's got Apocalypse available or if that's just like a bug. I don't know if he's got a Gargoyle available. I really can't tell when it comes to his cooldowns because some of them don't really work super well. Or accurately, rather. But Chilpus looks like Apocalypse is real. Silence on Chicago also very real. I don't know if you want to use your runic weapon right now. Honestly, might not be a bad idea just to get yourself even more resources. IBF coming back up very soon for the Death Knight. And Chicago has a wall coming back up in 30 seconds. Might not even need it because their healing has been fantastic. The ghouls, though, are not making it easy right now. That's added pressure that you don't really need to deal with. AMS for a second with Chilpus, but it gets burned through so quickly. IBF is available. Does he need to use it? He better use it preemptively, if anything. If you get a big old elemental blast and you just didn't use it, I would feel so terrible if it was me in that situation. Stun into a knockup. Chill doesn't go anywhere though. The Gargoyle does get to join in. This is why we want to keep the Gargoyle out in the open next to Chicago. This is potentially some added damage that Chicago just can't really deal with. There goes the big emergency heal for Chill Pills. Once that's activated, he also got himself the Spore Cloak as well to give him as much recovery as possible. The ghouls join in. Gargoyle get himself some free damage as long as he keeps Chicago out in the open next to the the Arbiter. You'll be golden. That's extra additional damage that you need. AMS right now for Chilpus. Does go for the silence onto Chicago. No more IBF available. Does have a death back up. May need to use it right now though. He does have some zone. Zone is going to be super helpful. But Chicago was able to pick up a ton of health out of nowhere though. I think with the Guardian though. And there's going to be plenty of mana, plenty of maelstrom. Still sitting on plenty of mana just to keep himself alive. Going to be a stun for Chilpus as he does have himself a big defensive slow onto Chicago. Neither of these competitors goes to give the other one a victory. Every single one of them, the two of them, wants to go in and finish off the other, wants to claim that win at the very end of the day. Triples does wait out for the Death Pact in order to remove the necrotics off of him. AMS available for the Death Knight yet again. Does have the army of undead coming back in. Chicago trying to see if he can stay on top of Triples as best as possible. Looks like they're picking up some Sunders. Might have the damage they need in order to break in through the Death Knight, as he gotta go for a little bit of that Lichborn together with Deathclaw, seeking himself alive, picking up a little bit of health. Lead by the Shaman, trying to see if he can get away from all of these goals, and Triples trying to keep the damage with clone shadows from a distance, just going as best as possible. There is a Guardian available for Chicago, blind to follow him, could go for a full Ascendance. Triples right now doesn't really have much left when it comes to defense. Right now he only got himself the Battle Mass Trinket, Silence of Chicago. If you go for full Ascendance, I don't think he has anywhere to go as long as you're staying ahead of him. MS coming up very, very soon, but the man's got nothing real left. MS last second. Chicago just trying to keep himself alive a little bit until MS falls off. I think maybe has the Maelstrom they need, but Triples finally maybe getting through. Maybe it's starting to break in. There's going to be lots of Maelstrom ready from those Raptors, trying to see if he can take down the Ghoul. May just be a Ghoul sacrifice situation for Triples right now. Sunder for a second does give you quite a lot of damage. Oh, and a Windstrike around the corner taking you out. That is so rough. Oh my goodness, with Kevin going to be up next with Chicago. I am surprised that duel lasted as long as it did. 5 minutes of non-stop action between those two. And honestly, it looked like it was going to go in Chill's favor, but Chicago was able to come back out on top. At some point, Chill was with Death Knight. Their survivability is interesting, because when it comes to like just survivability, Chicago doesn't even need cooldowns to live. I mean, that healing is still doing lots and lots of work, but at this point versus Kevin, wants to drain of all the resources, once a Paladin has built up. Was that even Crusade? That might have been during the last moments of Crusade though, as it built up a little bit of damage at the very, very end. Does end up taking him out, with Kevin trying to see if he can back up out of there. That's gonna be... who's left actually? I've seen there's only 4 on Team 2. Somebody might have left, so it's going to be Team 2 fighting as a 4-man squad right now. But you with the Feds, Tier, as well as Casameta are going to have to find a way to pick up some victories in order to even out the match here a little bit, as Kevin takes a lot of damage. Stone to Casameta, but let's see, he does find himself the kill, forcing a trick out there, and just trying to see if we can take him out right here and now. With Trill charging him as an Outlaw Rogue versus Casameta, opening up on the Zuen, trying to get himself a couple of slicing up, maybe a kidney shot actually instead. But calm points just to get himself a proper stun. Pistol shots actually just puncturing right through it. Castor picks up a full Fist of Fury. Trill, all he can really do is pistol shot him right now while waiting out for the cooldowns. Defensive is down. That's going to be evasion for Trill right now. That's going to be Casameta trying to see if he can back up out of there. But the shadow step for the Rogue lets him stay on him as best as possible. Has the grapple as well. Does he also have the Blade Rush? Because he could have himself even a charge on top of it as well. Potentially. Lexup onto the Rogue, does go for a Trinket, might be in a bad spot, faint for a second, does go in for the Vanish, trying to see if he can get himself a Shadow Strike right afterwards. Casameta does see himself a port. I think try to go for a Shadow Mill for just a second. Kidney shot to follow. Does he take him right here? Does end up taking him out. Is going to end up using quite a lot of cooldowns to do it, but does end up taking him out of there. Well done, well done. Spart, how you doing, my man? We're starting seeing you go to Chicago Plus. Yeah, that was interesting, man. That was 2 of you going at each other. Was interesting. Trill up next versus you with the Feds as the Shaman walks in. If you say anything like Chicago, the amount of defenses, the amount of cooldowns, and the amount of self-healing is going to be quite high. Plus the Raptors as well as their Earth Elemental trying to deny Trill a reset behind the pillar, reset in stealth rather. But without a Flame Shock, he should be free to get himself a proper go. Got himself sipping up cooldowns, going back up little by little, goes in for Cheap Shot. Was that the Yard? Or is that just me? Was that the Yard? I didn't feel like it was 4 seconds. Maybe I'm wrong on this one. Like less to follow. Trill might be in a bad spot. Sunder could be really bad. Does he go for the Sunder? Trying to see if he can avoid as best as possible. Evasion available. Has himself advantage in case he wants to. Using the Dreadblades, which is actually going to siphon some of his health, but trying to play around that evasion as best possible. Cheap Shot to follow. Wait a second. Oh my goodness. Does get himself the dance. Cheap Shot to stun lock him and just lets those finishers fly back to back to back. That's all he needed, just to let the finishers fly. The more dispatches he can send in, the more damage those will do. Vanish as soon as Tyr opens up with a Shadow Strike, trying to see if he can finalize Tyrell out in the open. Is going to go for a step. Gouge, does he have a kidney shot? Most likely is going to be Trinket out of Tyr in case, unless he doesn't play greedy. Does Trinket, blind to follow. Trill does have a blind. Maybe disarm immediately. Tyr does not go in for a stun immediately. Could be a blind right now, so potentially does definitely need to go for a blind. If Trill can somehow squeak out a victory here, I'll be impressed. But that was a Gouge. That was a blind. Maybe he can stab the Rogue out in the open. If he gets Phantom Knives out, that could be really, really bad. Trill does have a Trinket coming back up. Cheat death available. Tier does not have a trinket. He does have cheat death, does have a cloak of shadows, does have vanishes. So it's gonna be pretty nasty either way. Trill does have some cooldowns coming back up little by little though. So if you can make the Dreadblades work together with evasion and just stay on top of Tier, trinket out of the stuns and just keep the pressure on him, maybe you can make something work, sustain damage, go for cheap shots to stun him. Gouge the second, does he have enough for a kidney shot? Potentially. Cheap shot is gonna go for ambushes, trying to get himself some finishes in there. Just trying to go for double cheap shots back to back. Lots of finishes together with the ambushes. And Tier doesn't go in for a cloak of shadows, trying to remove the disarm into a kidney shot onto Tyrell. Does have himself a trinket for this one, into evasion for both of the rogue. Yet another cheap shot, but Trill, I think, got himself plenty of burst, plenty of pressure. Wait a second, maybe Tier, does he go down? Blade Flare to follow? Too bad Outlaw Rogue doesn't have any dots. I think otherwise he would have maybe got Tier somehow, some way out in the open, but he's gonna try to see if he can find himself in a better situation. Does himself a drone rush, all the bursts ready to go. Vanish, cheat death available as well. Tier also does not have a trinket, neither does Trill, but both of them are cheat death. So that's one safety net that they have. Unless the safety net doesn't do anything. That is rough. They need to get rid of the cloak thing. Oh my god, dude. Honestly, as a rogue, it is weird to have that cloak thing. Because it's like, it's selectively where it's really, like, in situations where the cloak, Veil of Darkness, Veil of Midnight, I think, PvP talent, where it's useful, it is really, really useful, but it's not like universally useful. But it is really strong. I am gonna say it is very, very strong. Tier out in the open, does have a turn coming back up. Not a lot of health available to this man. And Trill looking to be the first to pick up the eye. Is gonna be Shadow Check out of the other rogue. Can shot to follow? As long as he doesn't die right here, he might be okay. Cheap death doesn't need to be forced out. As Tier trying to go for kidney shots. Cheap shot. Gouge by Trill. Cheap shot to follow him. Does have a trigger for this one. Could still stun him. Hold on a second. Even though if you press evasion, you can still get cheap shotted. Hold on a second. Does Trill have it? Got himself Cloak of Shadows, trying to see if he can dodge this. Shadow Step past here, trying to get some damage in into the Kyrian setup, trying to go for big finishers. Blind to follow. I think he just got him, right? Pistol shot is all he needs. There we go for pistol. Wait a second. How many kills was that? 3? Dude, the Outlaw Rogue on Trill. Let's go. I like it. That's very... actually surprising amount of burst he did there. More than I thought it was going to happen. I was really thinking it was going to be like a big sustain play. No, he played literally like a subtlety rogue. Well done, well done. This is hard. You're fighting against Trill. Like, to be fair, is not some random rogue off the street, right? I mean, it's a rogue needs to learn. Honestly, it's the best way to learn is to just play against the best or even watch some of the best out there do as well as they do. It's fantastic. You know what I mean? Alrighty, let's get ourselves... actually, I was about to say let's get ourselves another one going, but we're done for the night. I got stuff to do, man. I got stuff to do. I got things I gotta be doing. I got Baldur's Gate to play. I got friends to hang out with, so that'll be interesting. Also gotta get some food, man. I am starving. But yo, thank you so much for going by. Thank you so much for watching. We're gonna be doing more of them next week. As usual, we do them like what time is it usually doing, man? I may ask myself, 5 PM EST. 5 PM EST. Fridays for EU, Saturdays for the boys on the NA. Alrighty, you're more than welcome to join us, Ken. Oh, you're welcome to join back in, man. A good variety. Honestly, I felt like tonight and yesterday was quite a bit of variety. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it. Thank you all. You guys are awesome. God, Monk screws over Monk so hard. Never gonna force a cloak out of a rogue when you want a monk unless it's karma. It's crazy, right? I do like the meta shifts like this, though. I want to see more stuff like that throughout the game, where you're giving classes more tools, so there's not like just a static way of like, okay, this class just loses to this class and that's it. I like watching our classes evolve, specifically in PvP, man. I'm a big fan of that stuff. So when I don't see classes like evolve enough, it gets kind of boring. So I'm glad like they're trying to see if they can hit up the god comp for example, right? They're trying to see if they can affect as best they can with the Air Druids, Holy Paladin, Evoker, Shadow Priest, Mage, but I don't know if it'll be enough to like break the meta up completely, but I think like the more variety we can see in the game, the better for PvE and PvP. And I'm sure they have like a hard time with it too, but like I am hoping, man, I'm hoping to do something maybe like for either 10.17 or just like a lot more aggressive with changes over the next few weeks, right? I mean, tier is over, right? Now is a pretty good time to get our classes in a good spot and then prep for 10.2 as well. But getting our classes into a fun spot right now, I think should be a priority, honestly. Thank you all. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thanks so much for coming by. I appreciate you every single time, man. You guys are awesome. Blow it out of the water. More duels next week. Tomorrow, definitely day off, man. With Baldur's Gate, and with how many duels I can go through right now and make videos off of, I probably should do work. Although I'm telling you right now, like, I'm totally gonna do work, guys. I'm probably gonna be playing balls again the entire time. I am gonna try to get work done, but definitely tomorrow's a day off. Thank you. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Chicago, Chilled, Seavark, Airless, thank you so much for helping us with the groups and stuff. I guess minus Seavark, but I appreciate you coming by, Seavark. Hopefully that Hope You See thing or whatever happened, hopefully that gets solved, my guy. Smart, hopefully we'll see you sometime again in these duels, yeah? Eminem in the room, Dallas, so Justice, how you doing, man? Thank you both so much for coming by. Appreciate you. More duels next week, yeah? Alrighty, you guys have a good one. Peace.
Things could be alright. Things could be innocent.